5569. 407-337-5569. To regain your sex life in just one visit, call now. 407-337-5569.
I'm John Morgan of Morgan & Morgan. For over 35 years, we've grown by offering our clients more offices, more lawyers, and recovering more than $20 billion. Injured? The choice is easy. Morgan & Morgan. Visit forthepeople.com for an office near you.
Hey everybody, Chimp here for my friends over at Life Imaging FLA. September is Healthy Aging Month. You know what that means? Taking care of yourself right now so there are no problems later. And with a scan over at Life Imaging FLA, you can do that. Let me tell you something, man. This thing has impacted so many people, saving their lives. And here's how they do it. They show people something they didn't know they had a problem with. That's why it's so important to be proactive instead of reactive when it comes to your long-term health. In 30 to 40% of heart attacks, the very first symptom is sudden death. In other words, it's the first thing that happens before you know what's going on. So do what I did. Do what plenty of Central Floridians are doing. Get with Life Imaging FLA and get that free heart scan. Just a few minimum requirements. It is a $699 value, and it's easy to make your appointment. Simply pick up your cell phone, dial pound 250, and say the keyword free heart scan. That's all you got to do. Pound 250, say the keyword free heart scan. You'll be connected in seconds, guys. Make that call and make this the year you take control of your long-term health care. You'll have the option to receive a one-time auto-dial text message from iHeart Media.
Buying a house or selling yours? The Nicki Group makes it as easy as ABC. And 1, 2... Oh, and fast, too, because the Nicki Group can get a guaranteed cash offer on your home today. Just visit thenicklygroup.com.
Want to win a free motorcycle? I'm Orlando attorney Mo DeWitt, and I'm giving away a free motorcycle valued up to $20,000. All you have to do is go to bikerswinorlando.com. That's bikerswinorlando.com. Enter today at bikerswinorlando.com.
In life and recovery, every day is a little different. Embrace the good days, the not so good days, and the challenges, and acknowledge how you overcame them. Find the path to recovery that works for you. Learn more at cdc.gov/stopoverdose.
Mills Air in business since 1992. That's over 30 years here in Central Florida. They're not going anywhere. Carrier factory authorized dealer. You can always turn to the experts at Carrier. Equipment change outs and upgrades right now with up to $1,275 in rebates. Visit millsair.com.
Hey, if you're listening to me right now, I have one thing every business needs most: attention. Think about it. We swipe and scroll past stuff all day, but when we're driving, cooking, working out, we're also listening. That's the magic of audio at iHeart. We're in your next customer's ears while they're living life and listening, just like you are right now. So get your customers to listen up today using radio, digital, and podcasts. Call 844-ADD-HELP-5. That's 844-ADD-HELP-5.
We need your help to protect your right to AM radio in your car. AM is always there in times of need with the key information for our community. The overwhelming majority of legislators support a bill to keep AM radio in cars, but time's running out. Please text the two letters AM to 52886 and ask Congress to bring this bill to the floor for a vote now.
Message and data rates may apply. You may receive up to 4 messages a month. Text stop to stop. A message from the station.
Mom, meet Sarah.
From first time Nana moments.
Yeah, welcome to Flight 101.
To annual girls trip moments. Your can't miss moments are worth protecting against RSV. If you're 75 or older or 60 plus with a chronic condition like asthma, COPD, heart disease, or severe diabetes, you're at higher risk of landing in the hospital from RSV. And there are no prescription RSV treatments. Check eligibility and schedule your RSV vaccine at vaxassist.com.
So where should we go next?
Sponsored by Pfizer.
New South Window Solutions. We manufacture, we install, we guarantee. Visit newsouthwindow.com.
Broadcasting live from the injury law firm of Kaufman and Lind Studios. Why Kaufman and Lind? Because you deserve better. Contact them at whenyouneedus.com or dial pound 546 on your cell phone. This is WTKS FM HD1 Cocoa Beach, Orlando. Listen on your free iHeart Radio app for all your music, radio, and podcasts.
Someone's going to get offended. It's just the way the world works. So to hopefully save everyone a little time and or energy, here's this. The opinions that you hear are those of the host and callers, and not those of iHeart Media, its management, or advertisers.
The News Junkie is on.
The three best friends you never knew you had, running through the most
viral stories of the day. The news junkie Sean Wasson with Sabrina and C-Lane.
It is Tuesday, September 3rd, 2024. Lots to get to today. From the Chase Bank glitch to Joey Chestnut breaks his own record and is King Charles about to die. Plus your calls, dispatches, emails, texts, and more. Hey there, Sabrina.
Hello.
Hello, C-Lane.
What's happening?
And hello to you. You can join us on the show today. All you have to do is send us a dispatch. Go to thenewsjunkie.com to hit record on your first dispatch right now. You can also watch the show on YouTube and twitch.tv/thenewsjunkie. Your message is rolling right to the studio in real time. And it is, friends, a Share the Show Tuesday.
Share that show.
Share that show. Smash that bell. That's your mission today. Share the show in some meaningful way to tell somebody else about the News Junkie radio show. You can always go to thenewsjunkie.com/share. That's where all of our social media profiles and more are. Go check those out over on the website, thenewsjunkie.com/share. I am mysteriously bleeding this morning, so I'm trying to sort that out right now.
I'm waiting. I'm waiting for it. I'm waiting for it.
Have a period or something?
Maybe. This is one of those things where I look down right before I crack the mic and I see my finger is covered in blood. And I'm about to start talking into the microphone and I go, I do not know where this blood is coming from necessarily. I don't know the origination of the blood right now.
Like you wiped it off and then it reappeared? Or?
Yes. Well, no. At first, I just saw a pool of blood on my finger, and I thought, because I've been trying to change my allergy routine, Courtney's been yelling at me because I take more and more of these allergy pills every day.
I don't think you're supposed to do that, bud.
I know you're not supposed to. I was up to 4 a day, so I downed that to 2, and then I hit it with the old nose spray, the nose candy, and I thought maybe my nose was bleeding because I started doing this nose spray. I didn't know what was going on. I just saw blood, and I started freaking out.
I've been a nose spray user for quite some time, and I've never bled from the nose spray.
Oh, my nose wants to bleed.
On your finger.
No, what I'm saying,
if he's picking it,
What I'm saying is I didn't know where the blood originated from. I didn't know if it dripped from my nose onto my hand or if it came from my hand or if I hit my hand on something else and the blood came from there.
That's a good way to start off the week. Let's do it.
Yeah. We might as well here. All right, let's put our ears to the ground, our fingers on the pulse. Let's see what's happening in this great, big, wide world of ours. And we go to space, friends, the final frontier, as it were, all the way up to the International Space Station, where things are going swimmingly in the Boeing spacecraft that's just hanging out there. Sure, a million days ago, it was supposed to bring some astronauts back, but it didn't. And they're going to be there for a very, very, very long time waiting for another ride home.
Yeah, a lot longer than anticipated.
Oh, yeah.
You see the tweet that was going, it was getting popular? I wouldn't say viral, but a lot of people were retweeting it. They were like, guys, the astronauts are not going to be back till February of 2025. Mm-hmm. We have this much time to all buy monkey costumes. It's just all...
It's very true.
That'd be great.
Wait a tick. So what if they wanted to vote? How does that mail in?
I believe you could vote from space. Yeah. I think you are allowed to vote from space. I think I've seen that before.
There's a process to vote from space, and I think you're registered in the state of Texas, if I'm not mistaken, because that's where mission control is.
Oh, that makes sense. That adds up. Well, beyond some problems on the Boeing spacecraft, I guess it started the Starliner to just start making some random noises this weekend. So that also is kind of concerning. And let's listen into the noises coming from the Boeing Starliner.
Houston on 2, I've got a question about Starliner.
Houston's with you, Butch. Go ahead.
There's a strange noise coming through the speaker. And I didn't know if you could connect into the Starliner and let me keep mic and let you hear it. I don't know what's making it, but I don't know if it's something that maybe is connected between here and there, making that happen. But
all right,
tell them to put in a ticket.
Yeah, you could put in a support ticket like we do here at iHeart. The support ticket would say, strange noises coming from Boeing Starliner.
I don't know if you could just VNC in a Starliner really quick, if you could just remote in.
That's essentially what they have to do. I heard this clip earlier this weekend, and he was like, all right, we're going to try to get you connected, and we'll be right back. And then somehow it was amazing that he couldn't immediately play the noise for him, that they still have to cross some wires and beepity boppity something.
Hey, I'm sure it makes sense on their end. It's like a lot of stuff in that studio and in this studio. Like,
Still doesn't make sense to me.
A new person would go, wait, why would you do it that way? And you're like, nah, shut up. Just, no. This is the way we do it. It works this way over here.
That's why I do it myself.
Yes, that's true, too. All right, let's listen
Can you
in.
do that? We can configure that, Butch. Give us a minute, and I'll call you back when it's ready.
Okay.
All right, Butch, we need some
Station
time.
Houston on 2. We're configured for audio via hardline and CST. If you want to give us a call.
Okay, I'm in Starliner, and how do you read?
5x5, how many?
I want to hear this thing.
I'm going to keep the mic up next to the speaker.
Copy.
Hear that?
At negative, Butch. We did not.
Butch, I don't hear it yet.
Oh, well, I hear that.
All right, I'm a little worried.
That is terrifying. Do you think they have...
Or they're building a new highway because we had a broadcast in which that giant machine, and it sounds just the same, just a new highway in space.
Yeah, that's a little concerning. I don't know what to make of all this
Sounds
stuff.
like there's something bouncing around and there's dung,
dung, dung, dung, dung. Boeing is just losing their minds, I'm sure. All the people back at Boeing HQ going, wait, what? Can we just get a regular day around here? Can we just get a day where like a plane doesn't fall out of the sky or an engine doesn't break or our spacecrafts don't crap out? Not great for them, but there you go, regardless. Hey, let's talk about something real quick. I think that all three of us experienced. And if you're not here locally, just bear with for a moment. I'm sure you can compare it to something. But how about that damn storm?
My gosh.
Dude.
What the hell?
That was, of all the things we've had warnings about, this was one that I feel I was not warned enough.
Agreed, 100%. So we were sitting there, and Courtney and I go, you want to go out? And we're like, yeah, let's go do something. And she goes, look at the weather. So I bring the weather up on my phone, and I got the default iPhone weather app, and it says in a couple of hours the chance of rain is around 30%, and then it trails off, and then it looks clear for the rest of the day. Now, I was, when we were talking about this, saying I remember the last couple of hurricanes that we've had, and you get all this warning and just nonstop, go to the grocery store, get the batteries and the water, and it just doesn't end. And then this thing was like, oh, is it raining outside? And then, is our house going to survive this right now?
Dude, I had to walk through some rain, and it looked horrible, but I had gotten into the stadium. I was working the Orlando Pride game.
God,
Sunday,
they must have, this had to have been canceled, right?
So we're up. It was not.
Oh, my God.
But we were up in the production area, which looks out into the field. And then we watched as the field became a pond. Mm-hmm. I mean, the entire soccer field had at least 2 to 3 inches of water. And then I watched a lightning bolt hit the lightning rod.
Great.
And kill the LEDs. And then I went, I have a little tickle in my throat. I can't talk anymore.
It was out of nowhere, and it was like a Category 11. I don't know what was happening.
I saw a lot of pictures from the flooding downtown. Like some of the streets downtown were just like, they looked like rivers temporarily. Somebody said waist deep water. I was like, that's not waist deep. But it was getting up.
But then you saw the video I sent you guys.
Yeah.
Which was cars could not get through a street that we, at least the three of us, are familiar with not being super flooded all the time.
Right.
All right.
They had to close one of the underground bars.
Did they really?
Yeah.
Waterboys was talking on my neighborhood. Don't go to this on the camera. My neighborhood Facebook page. And he follows this and has like something that, collects rainwater and all that. And he says, I just ran the numbers from my house, and I was astonished. In an hour and a half, I got 7 inches of rain. Think about that for a second. In an hour and a half, 90 minutes, 7 inches of rain. He says that translates to 47,000 gallons of water for a quarter-acre lot.
Wow.
Or on average, a couple of swimming pools. And that's just for one house in an hour and a half, or 529 gallons per minute. The typical new outdoor spigot puts out very close to 5 gallons per minute. So imagine 100 garden hoses on full blast for each house.
Damn.
It's like, wow, man, it was just rocking out there.
And lightning like crazy, and
the thunder
flooding
was
insane.
Maybe the most concussive thunder I have ever heard in my life. It was just unbelievable. And I mean, I don't know. He texted me this morning and he goes, it just won't stop raining. And I said, I was trying to Google to see if we have any kind of historic rainfall going on right now. But it has been every single day, it seems like, just on, off, and wow, that was really bad there on Sunday.
And I had a coworker, and I forget the type of cloud, but did you know that one of the rain clouds, if it were to all drop at the same time, like all the rain, all the moisture in there, it's like 1 million pounds.
Yeah,
isn't that wild to you? Like, it fortunately goes as nature does and lets a little bit at a time. But if it were all to just let go,
if
we
it
would
didn't
be
trickle
smushed.
down, it would just smash all of us to death.
That's nuts to me.
That's a weird thing to realize. Anyways, glad we all survived. But
same.
People in the neighborhood were doing this thing where they were complaining that construction and is causing this. And I'm looking at it in the same way I think the Waterboys guys was, where I said, you just can't really prepare for 7 inches of rain to drop in 90 minutes. No amount of, city planning is going to make sure that that's not an issue for you. Now, I will say that Sabrina had a photo of right around the corner from my house, and it looked like damn near waist-high water. Cars just barely getting around. And within an hour when I drove by there, all gone. All gone.
But where's it going, man?
And I had this weird thing. We pulled out. There's cars stopped everywhere. You ever pull out and think the rapture happened?
Yeah.
And you missed it, and you're like, what is going on around? What's happening right now? There's cars disabled everywhere. The stoplights are all flashing. Oh, man. Arya Shadowblade says, isn't this normal for Florida? Might be different in Orlando, but in Eustis, it rains every day around 4 during hurricane season.
No, it
I can
rains,
only tell you,
but not that much.
I can only tell you from my experience growing up in West Palm Beach, we did not see this level of rain. I don't remember it at all being a kid. It could be that I just don't remember it as bad. But I don't remember storms thundering like that in the past. It seemed like something special in a bad way. Also, R.I.P. rip to Fatman Scoop, the famed, I don't want to call him a rapper, but I don't know. Would you call him a rapper?
I don't know if I'd call him famed.
Are you serious?
Come on.
He's the hype man in a lot of the greatest hits from the 2000s and 90s.
Fatman Scoop is one of the only guys ever who could make a hit song without rapping a single word. And he's like, if you got a $50 bill, put your hands up. I guess that's true. But his whole song is just hype. The whole song. Who does that? But he has
a very particular voice.
He does. He has a very particular voice. If you got a $50 bill, put your hands up, and on and on and on and on and on goes the song. And he died on stage. And I watched it and I said, I know people see a story like this and they go, Fatman Scoop died doing what he loved. He wanted to
telling people to get their hands up.
He literally did. he literally
they waved him from here and didn't get there.
He literally died telling people to put their hands up. But I can't help but feel sorry for him because he was on the stage and he kind of like grabbed his chest and then he ran behind some of the stuff on the stage and doubled over. And within 5 seconds, they had like people over there giving him CPR and just dead on stage. 53 years old, that dude. 53. A video from the concert showed Scoop hyping up the crowd at this party just moments before the collapse. And if it was going to happen to anybody, it's going to happen to the hype guy. He's 53 and he's way overweight. You should not be getting that excited. You should not be getting that over the top about things. If that guy had an Apple Watch on, it would be warning him every performance. Like, bro, calm down. This is way too much right now.
Also too loud.
Too loud, too much. You're going to die. And then there we go. Fatman Scoop, R.I.P. to a guy who I think most people know, even if
1,000%.
they don't know, you know? Because I think people will go, Fatman Scoop. Who the hell is that?
That's what I just did.
Yeah, you know whether you know. Whether you know, you know, you know. All right, that's the best way to say it, even though it's bad. All right, when we come back, we're going to hear from you. Sierra's saying never heard of him. You probably
Sierra, how old
heard
are
of
you?
him.
And do you
Alicia,
have ears?
Alicia's saying the same. Never heard of him either. You know, even though you don't know, you know, I would guess. All right. When we come back, we got to get to this insane story out of Atlanta involving a plane, some workers who are just trying to do their job, and an absolute catastrophe. This one you do not want to miss out on. We'll start dipping into your dispatches and a whole lot more on a Share the Show Tuesday. That's coming up next on the News Junkie.
Dancing naked around your kitchen is a lot better with your best friends.
Seriously.
I mean,
Why would you encourage that?
just say, Alexa, play Real Radio 104.1 on iHeart Radio.
From the Clausman Law Traffic Center, car crash, call Clausman Law. ClausmanLaw.com.
The left lane's blocked on Florida's Turnpike southbound before I-4 there. There's an accident on Bronson Memorial Highway westbound at Ponciata Boulevard, blocking 2 right lanes. Delays on I-4 eastbound approaching State Road 429. Slowdowns on State Road 429 due to an accident. Northbound approaching Florida's Turnpike there. It's off to the shoulder now. If you see traffic troubles, call the Valvoline Instant Oil Change Traffic Tip Line at 866-676-8477 from the Traffic Center on James Birmingham.
This report is sponsored by Morgan & Morgan Injury Law Firm.
I'm John Morgan of Morgan & Morgan. Today, we're the largest injury firm in the world, and I'm thankful to you for trusting us all these years. We'll always be here for the people, not the powerful. Injured? The choice is easy. Morgan & Morgan. Visit forthepeople.com for an office near you.
Millions of people are losing weight on semaglutide, the main ingredient in Ozempic. Are you ready to join the weight loss revolution? At Red Mountain Weight Loss, we can help with high-quality FDA-approved medications and the support of our licensed medical team. The doctors at Red Mountain have been at the forefront of medical weight loss for over 25 years. We offer meal plans to speed your progress and medical solutions for side effects or muscle loss, all for less than half the price of Ozempic. Trust your weight loss journey to a medical practice, not an online pharmacy. At Red Mountain Weight Loss, we offer quality semaglutide, medical supervision, and ongoing support, all for less than half the price of Ozempic. Go to redmountainweightloss.com or hit pound 250 on your phone, keyword Red Mountain Weight Loss. Full-strength semaglutide in stock and ready to ship today.
Zero Foxtrot isn't just a brand. It's a way of life. Founded and operated by veterans, Zero Foxtrot's unique apparel and gear echoes the grit of the warrior culture. Zero Foxtrot dedicates itself to producing content, honoring the sacrifices of forgotten heroes of the past, and connecting history to the present. Embark on a journey with Zero Foxtrot today at zerofoxtrot.com. It's not merely our products. It's about the ethos that we embody. Rugged, resilient, and timeless.
Mom, meet Sarah.
From first-time Nana moments.
Yeah, welcome to Flight 101.
To annual girls trip moments. Your can't-miss moments are worth protecting against RSV. If you're 75 or older or 60 plus with a chronic condition like asthma, COPD, heart disease, or severe diabetes, you're at higher risk of landing in the hospital from RSV. And there are no prescription RSV treatments. Check eligibility and schedule your RSV vaccine at vaxassist.com.
So where should we go next?
Sponsored by Pfizer.
Mommy, want to play a game with me and Dad?
Mommy's not feeling good.
You need to vaporize that cold.
Vaporize?
Yeah, with Dayquil VapoCool. It's Dayquil plus a rush of Vicks vapors.
Whoa.
Come on, honey. Let's let Mommy rest.
You guys are amazing. And so is Dayquil VapoCool.
Dayquil VapoCool, the vaporizing daytime coughing, aching, fever, power through your day medicine. And to vaporize sore throat pain, try Vicks VapoCool drops. Use as directed. Keep out of reach of children.
I'm Jeff Jr., founder and CEO of Trajan Wealth. I was born and raised in northern Wisconsin by both my father, who owned a small 10-lane bowling alley, and my mother, who was a nurse, who did her best caring for everyone in our small town. My parents stressed with me that if you were going to do anything, it needed to be done right or not done at all. I later joined the Marine Corps, where additional values were instilled. Values like honor, courage, and commitment. The motto of the Marine Corps, Semper Fi, which means always faithful. The best part of Trajan Wealth, our 100-plus employees who also embrace the exact same values. If your current financial advisor is more interested in selling you something or is more loyal to their own financial gain than yours, give us a call for a second opinion. We would be honored to hear from you. Call Trajan today at 407-213-0000. That's 407-213-0000.
Advisory services offered through Trajan Wealth, LLC, an SEC-registered investment advisor.
Hey, if you're listening to me right now, I have one thing every business needs most: attention. Think about it. We swipe and scroll past stuff all day, but when we're driving, cooking, working out, we're also listening. That's the magic of audio at iHeart. We're in your next customer's ears while they're living life and listening, just like you are right now. So get your customers to listen up today using radio, digital, and podcasts. Call 844-ADD-HELP-5. That's 844-ADD-HELP-5.
With 3 generations and over 45 years of Florida experience, Handyman Roofing knows storms and hurricanes. We know how to evaluate storm-damaged roofs and not cause more damage. Handyman Roofing has the expertise to get your roof done. Plus, easy financing in case your insurance company is dragging its feet. With multiple emergency response teams ready, Handyman Roofing will be by your side now when you need it the most.
Knows how to get things done. Count on Handyman Roofing to get it done. Handyman Roofing to get it done.
In this week's Marketers Report, we hear about the importance of local radio from Allison Griffin, head of marketing at State Farm.
iHeart has such a broad broadcast reach that is local, and for us to be able to touch customers with a local feel but at a national scale is so efficient and important for us.
As the #1 audio company, iHeartMedia gives marketers access to the audiences, trusted influencers, and data you need to grow. If you're a marketer, go to iHeartResults.com.
Hey everybody, this is Josh and Chuck from the Stuff You Should Know podcast. And if you've ever wanted to know about champagne, Satanism, the Stonewall Uprising...
Oh, how about chaos theory, El Nino, LSD, little true crime sprinkled in? Or maybe something historical like Rosa Parks?
Yeah, if you want any of that or anything else you can think of, then look no further. We have you covered.
That's right. Listen to the Stuff You Should Know podcast on America's #1 podcast network, iHeart. Open your free iHeart app and search Stuff You Should Know and start listening.
Kickoff is almost here, and iHeart is the official home of the NFL Podcast Network, featuring podcasts like NFL Daily with Greg Rosenthal.
Packing it with so much goodness. Chock full of info.
And tons of fantasy football podcasts with expert advice for you to win your fantasy league. It's the best part of the season. Your team is undefeated and anything is possible. Take the iHeartRadio app and the NFL with you right in your pocket. Open the free iHeart app, search NFL, and start listening now.
A1Garage.com. A1 from day one. Radio. 104.1.
Join in on the chaos. We eagerly await your dispatch. This is...
Just a moment. Leave yours over at thenewsjunkie.com. You can do it on a phone, an iPad, anything with a microphone. Go over to thenewsjunkie.com and record yours. I'm starting to worry a little bit. No. I'm starting to worry a lot about Courtney. I have to be honest with both of you.
What happened? Is it Pepperoni Tony again?
It's not Pepperoni Tony or Tony
I'm sure
Pepperoni.
She's fine and Sean's being dramatic.
No, I'm telling you. Both of you should know, Sabrina and C-Lane, that she is on what seems to be a never-ending horror movie kick. And
same, girl.
And I thought, like, we used to do that for October. In October, we would we would watch a horror movie every single night, and it's kind of a fun way to do the Halloween stuff. But she started this back in maybe the beginning of August or something. So we're really on a long run here, these horror movies.
I'm the same. I mean, it was a horror movie kick, and then I went to a deep true crime kick.
Yeah.
As well. But I did go back to horror movies this weekend.
Oh, my God. But we're
The
digging...
Deliverance, I bet.
No. Oh, we did see that. We did see that, which was
scary.
That was good. That was good. But she's starting to suggest movies because she finds the movie, and then each night we sit down and watch the movie, and the picks are starting to scare me. And look, we watched a movie yesterday and the day before.
How to Kill Your Boyfriend.
No,
get away with it.
I would be more comfortable with How to Kill Your Boyfriend and Get Away with It than I was with this movie. And I think it's my favorite horror series of all time now.
Haunting of Hill House.
No. For multiple reasons, I've never found anything quite like this. Number one, the budget was like shoestring, to say the very least. And the work. You ever, I try to phrase it like this to Courtney. Have you ever listened to a song or watched a movie and very, very early on into it, you go, oh my God, I really like this. Like, I just hope the person doesn't screw up. I hope the song keeps going in this direction and it doesn't, like a weird chorus doesn't pop up that you're like, oh God, what's that? Or like a weird twist in the movie. An example being, I watched the movie Argyle and I loved the first 30 minutes of the movie. And I absolutely detested all of the rest of it. I was like, what is this? What is this garbage?
Which one was Argyle?
Argyle was the one with the twist on twist on twist on twist on twist on twist. And you're like, well, what is happening here? It became a joke that they were doing all these twists.
Speaking of twists, I watched Trap over the weekend.
Yeah, with Josh Hartnett, right?
Yeah.
Ooh, I watched Deadpool, which I loved as well.
Still number one at the box office, that movie. All those bigger budgets than this. So she finds this movie that's a cult classic called Terrifier.
Oh, yeah, that is definitely a classic.
I'd never heard of Terrifier before, or Art the Clown, or any of the things that happened in this universe. But I was drawn in by the fact that the budget for the first movie was $35,000.
Could you imagine?
And
You
watching
barely
it,
get a car with that.
I mean, there is a scene, and kids wander away from the radio for just a moment here, okay?
They're in school.
There's a scene where the Terrifier guy takes one of the lead women and chains her up upside down, completely naked.
Okay, I wanted to watch the film.
And when I say he cuts through the woman, I want you to use your imagination to guess how he might do that. You understand what I'm saying here? The woman is chained nude upside down.
Through.
Yeah. Right.
Yeah.
Right.
Where there's already a start.
How dare you?
Right through. And I'm watching this going, what in tarnation is on the television right now? And she was scared of any kind of movie, anything like this. Not that long ago. All of a sudden, she got a little brave.
Because there's a thrill to it. And this is exciting for me because I believe that she will be up for Halloween Horror.
I was going to say, does this translate into Courtney wanting to go through haunted houses? Because are these movies doing jump scares?
No. We watched the second one last night, and it was probably my favorite horror movie of all time. It was really very good.
Coming out, is it not?
A third one is about to come out, and the budget for the second one was $250,000. This is nothing compared to what these big movies have. And the special effects are some of the best practical effects I've ever seen in my life. And it's all done by one dude. Damian Leone, a genius, shouts out to him. If you're out there anywhere, Damian, who just writes, directs, does all the special effects stuff, just crazy levels of talent. Anyhow, wanted to throw that out there. So Courtney thought, just like you, Sabrina and C-Lane are insinuating. She goes, I'm tough now. I can watch these movies. I can watch Terrifier. Maybe I can finally go to Halloween Horror Nights and go through a haunted house. If you're new to the show, you may have missed the story where Courtney wanted to go to Halloween Horror Nights, and I took her there, and she loves Stranger Things. And she went into a haunted house. There was a different time when she went with all of us. You guys remember that? Where she went through the first haunted house, which was like a kid haunted house, and she went outside. She's like, I'm a badass MFer. And she thought she was cool. There
was one where I went to turn to be like, whoa, and you guys had walked out.
She started crying in the line. And I said, we got to get out of here. Stranger Things, she walked into the entrance and saw the Demogorgon in the corner. And she falls into me, and her body is shaking like just shaking like something you've never seen before.
And did you hold her, Sean?
Yes, I held her. I said, what do you want to do? And she goes, can you get me out of here? And I turn around and we walk out the entrance, and some dude's looking at us, and he goes, she said nope. And we had to walk out of there because she couldn't make it through. So she's watching these horror films, and she thinks, I got it now. I don't know where it came from, but I'm good for it. And
so we're going.
Well, we decided to go on something that scares her to test it out. And we went on a little ride that some of you will know, others not. The people who know. But there's a ride called Dinosaur in Animal Kingdom. And it may seem like it's a little kid ride, but it's as if there was a mad scientist on shrooms who was at the Disney meetings. And he goes, I hear you. I hear you with the Jurassic Park stuff and the dinosaur stuff, and you want to do a dinosaur ride in Animal. I hear you. But what if we did this? And they did what the crazy, shroomed out scientist guy told them they should do. And that is the weirdest, most intense ride. Courtney has to close her eyes for the entirety of the ride. So she goes, I got it now. And she gets on the ride. 15 minutes in, she's digging a hole. Not 15 minutes, 15 seconds in. She's digging a hole in my thigh with her nails.
I was going to say, that's a long ride.
That's the crazy thing about the scientist on shrooms. He said, well, let's make it 45 minutes long. She's 15 seconds in, grabbing into my thigh, and she closes her eyes for the whole time. She doesn't have it. She thought she was stronger, and she can only watch the movies. Little kid behind us on the ride, full tears, sobbing, crying.
That's scary of a ride, huh?
I didn't know Animal Kingdom had anything like that.
It is something, man. It is the most ridiculous ride I think I've ever been on in my life. They're about to mow it down.
It a go. Oh, man.
Yeah, because it's old. And it's got this weird ride car that just goes, like, just lurches everywhere. It is
I think that's part of what makes it scary.
I'm sure.
Yeah.
I used to
like
go
the old carnival rides.
Yeah.
A little rickety kind of.
I used to go on the kiddie coaster. I forget. Little rickety, put your hands up.
Ow.
Fatman scoop it right on stage there.
I used to go on the kiddie coaster at Islands of Adventure. I forget what it's even called. I think it's still there though, but it's like the tiny one, for like, kids? You don't have to be that tall to ride it and stuff like that. And it's a very old school coaster, and I find it a little scary because it's just like it's very like I don't know, it's so simple.
Yeah, you don't want to necessarily admit it out loud because you look around and you see little kids, little tykes on the same ride as you.
I'm like, this is the one that they saved money on. This is the Groupon coaster.
Bottom line, she's not good with the rides or the haunted houses yet, but Terrifier is
worth a shot.
It's a thing. Let's go over to the update on the story from last week about these mechanics who were working on a Delta plane. And did you guys see this at all last week?
I did.
The tire exploded.
Remember last week when we were talking about planes, like the whole show, there was like so many aviation stories. And I was like, that's the one we hadn't even got to yet. The tire explosion.
Yeah, and this brings me to, I know it's a meme. I don't believe it's actually real. But there's a guy who posted online, and he goes, mechanics, can you tell me what's going on here? I keep trying as hard as I can, but I can't get my tires on my car to fill up to 100%. And he had a photo of like the PSI gauge on the tires. And allegedly, this person thought that you were supposed to get the number to 100% instead of...
That's insane.
32 PSI or whatever the PSI is supposed to be on your tires. And every time I see that, I think, you want to talk scary? That is scary. A tire exploding when you're very probably right next to that tire, kneeled down, is insanely scary. And it killed these two Delta guys. We're learning some more details about them this is from Fox 13 in Seattle.
We're learning more about the second man killed when a Delta plane tire exploded in Atlanta. Kim Loeffler spoke to the president of the school that trained the mechanic.
37-year-old Luis Alderando was from Puerto Rico and trained at a facility in Florida before moving to Atlanta to work as a contractor for Delta. The president of South Avionics outside of Orlando, where Luis Alderando trained, says he was motivated to succeed. He graduated in 2019 after studying there for a year.
He's from Puerto Rico. He came. He was looking something to grow up, right, to get better, a better career. And, he didn't know anything about aviation, so he decided to take a chance. And,
kind of the American dream here. You got a guy who he moves from Puerto Rico over to Seattle or wherever he was living. Oh, Atlanta. And when he's in Atlanta, of course, before you start texting, I know that Puerto Rico is a U.S. territory. Don't give me that. He comes over to Atlanta, Georgia, and he says, I got to learn something. and he learns the trade of airplanes and airplane mechanics stuff. And then he gets to work on it, and all is going well in his life. And then this freak accident where this tire explodes does this guy in. It's never the thing that you would think it would be.
And he ended up practically loving it.
Alderondo and 58-year-old Mirko Marweg were killed Tuesday morning when a tire exploded at Delta's maintenance facility. Caleb Pline was injured. Delta says the tire was not attached to an aircraft when the explosion happened. Marweg's family went to see his body on Friday, but were not allowed because his injuries were too severe.
In the aviation community, right, everyone is sad. That's not something that doesn't normally happen. And we are like a small school, and to have our student happen, and it was so sad. It was really, really sad.
Ibarra hopes Alderondo is remembered for his passion for his job and his willingness to help others.
My God, you never think something like that could happen, and there it does. It happens to this guy. I feel for the families, obviously, here. And I'm sure a lot of people will be like, what an idiot. He filled the tire up. He had it coming. You don't know what the circumstances are of this. And these kind of freak accidents can happen anywhere at any point in time. But, yeah, there you go. I guess this tire for the plane blew up right in these two guys' faces. And the damage so severe, the family wasn't even allowed to see him. They weren't even allowed to look at this guy when they went to go check out the body. Man. That's tough. You don't think that would ever happen to you, but it can. Okay, quick break. When we come back, we're going to hear from you. We got your dispatches queued up, ready to go. I want to talk about somebody at the Paralympics because this person is insane. Insane. And if you haven't heard about this person yet, details forthcoming that you are going to want to hear. That is coming up next on the News Junkie.
The new Real Music Weekends begin this weekend on Real Radio 104.1.
This weather report is brought to you by Mills Air.
I'm Fox 35 Storm Team meteorologist Jessica Dobson with a check of your Tuesday forecast. And for the rest of today, we'll be expecting the return of some scattered showers and thunderstorms. About a 60% chance, so not everyone will see the rain, but those who do can expect some slow-moving downpours that will bring with it some heavy rain and also frequent lightning. Temperatures also will be on the hotter side, a high of 92 degrees, though feeling closer to around 105 once we factor in our humidity. From the Fox 35 Storm Team, I'm meteorologist Jessica Dobson.
This report is sponsored by Morgan & Morgan Injury Law Firm.
I'm John Morgan of Morgan & Morgan. Today, we're the largest injury firm in the world, and I'm thankful to you for trusting us all these years. We'll always be here for the people, not the powerful. Injured? The choice is easy. Morgan & Morgan. Visit forthepeople.com for an office near you.
Mom, meet Sarah.
From first-time Nana moments.
Yeah, welcome to Flight 101.
To annual girls trip moments. Your can't-miss moments are worth protecting against RSV. If you're 75 or older or 60 plus with a chronic condition like asthma, COPD, heart disease, or severe diabetes, you're at higher risk of landing in the hospital from RSV. And there are no prescription RSV treatments. Check eligibility and schedule your RSV vaccine at vaxassist.com.
So where should we go next?
Sponsored by Pfizer.
Mommy, want to play a game with me and Dad?
Mommy's not feeling good.
You need to vaporize that cold.
Vaporize?
Yeah, with Dayquil VapoCool. It's Dayquil plus a rush of Vicks vapors.
Whoa.
Come on, honey. Let's let Mommy rest.
You guys are amazing. And so is Dayquil VapoCool.
Dayquil VapoCool, the vaporizing daytime coughing, aching, fever, power through your day medicine. And to vaporize sore throat pain, try Vicks VapoCool drops. Use as directed. Keep out of reach of children.
It's happening at pharmacies all across America. Older Americans keep asking, where are the lower prices on prescription drugs Joe Biden and Kamala Harris keep taking credit for? First, Harris cast the deciding vote for the Inflation Reduction Act, promising to lower drug prices. Then the Biden-Harris administration used the money from Medicare to bankroll their liberal green agenda. That's right. Instead of savings, seniors got a 20% premium increase, restrictions on access to medicine, and fewer cures. Now, liberals want to expand this Biden-Harris scheme that is already hurting seniors. Thankfully, Senator Rick Scott has always fought to protect Medicare drug coverage. Call him at 202-224-3121. Urge him to keep fighting for affordable drug coverage by opposing S. 1246. Paid for by Seniors for Better Care.
Businesses come in all shapes and sizes. Integrity doesn't. For more than a century, the Better Business Bureau has set the standards for how businesses operate honestly and ethically. So when you're looking for a business you can trust, check to see who's BBB accredited and who isn't. Always choose the Better Business. Look for the BBB seal because it's looking out for you. That's why it's the sign of a better business. And find a better business anytime at bbb.org.
Want to give your child a learning experience that's free, fun, and gets them ready for the future? The voluntary pre-kindergarten program is your answer. It's available at no cost to any 4-year-old child residing in the state of Florida. Visit our website at elcosceola.org. That's elcosceola.org.
This earful of real radio is brought to you by JustCallMo.com. Injured on the go? JustCallMo.com.
Sunnyside Air Conditioning.
Oh, hi. My air conditioner is blowing hot.
For air conditioners making a funny noise, press 1.
No, it's...
Try to listen to the whole message before making a selection.
Sorry.
For air conditioners blowing cold, but not quite cold enough, press 2.
No, it's blowing hot.
I haven't gotten to that one yet.
Well, can we speed this up?
Don't get grumpy with me, or I'll take you back to the main menu.
No, anything but that. Please don't send me back to the main menu.
Fine, but I'm watching you.
Bet if I'd called Frank Gay, I'd already be getting my problem solved.
But you didn't call Frank Gay. So, what do we do now?
I'm calling Frank Gay.
When your air conditioner is blowing hot, you need a solution now. A helpful operator to guide you, all your options explained, and your problem fixed fast. That's the Frank Gay way.
If you're ready to pull your hair out, press 7.
Ah!
That's the Frank Gay way.
FrankGayServices.com.
Real Radio is on Facebook at Real Radio 1041. Sponsored by the law offices of Anajar and Levine Accident Attorneys. Have you been in an accident? Call the law offices of Anajar and Levine at 1-800-747-FREE.
That's 1-800-747-3733.
Dispensing unsolicited advice on a wide range of pointless topics.
You don't really have to miss it. You can go to the podcast. It's available wherever you get podcasts. The links are all up and ready for you. You'll find them over on thenewsjunkie.com. I want to let everybody know that this is maybe one of the more amazing things I've seen in the past couple of weeks. The Paralympics are going on. People don't care as much about the Paralympics as they do about the actual Olympics, but it's happening. It's happening in Paris. In Paris, where there are big fights right now. Because I don't know if you have heard this, Sabrina or C-Lane, but there is not only a movement, I think they just said they're flat out going to do it. During the Olympics in Paris, they put the Olympic rings up on the Eiffel Tower. They put the big rings up there.
Okay. Right.
And they're going to leave them forever. They're going to just...
Forever?
That's the Eiffel Tower now. The Eiffel Tower is now with the Olympic rings on it.
No, I don't like it.
That's strange.
And it's stupid. It's not the original thing. It's fun if you dress it up a little bit. And I know they've added things to the Eiffel Tower. For instance, there's like a whole light show that happens if you're there. And there's other issues that they've had over the years with the Eiffel Tower. But to leave the Olympic rings on there, it's like, it kind of seems like something you might do with the Vegas version of the Eiffel Tower.
Or are they saying that we had it this one time and we're good moving forward? We're not going to bid to be the city again.
Maybe, because it is super expensive. But they're just going to keep them up there now and forever. If you go look at the Eiffel Tower, you see the stupid Olympic rings up there. But I want to tell you about the Paralympics because there is one guy in particular who is participating in the Paralympics, and he's on. Didn't know this was a thing. We're going to learn a lot together today. Okay, the sitting volleyball team. Okay, he's on the sitting volleyball team for Iran, and this is a sport in the Paralympics.
Sounds like something that would be for me, but I'd still be bad at.
Same.
Very small court.
This is, as it sounds, a sport where you sit down on a volleyball court and you play from the sitting position. But one of the players on the Iranian team is like the greatest shoe-in you could ever think of. This person is like the ringer of all ringers. And one thing about him is he's 8 feet tall. He's 8'1". And take a look at this. I put this up on See It Now. It's on the See It Now section of the newsjunkie.com.
Okay. I mean,
he's the second tallest human being alive right now at 8 feet 1 inches. No, he's got all his legs. His issue is just that he's got a pituitary thing or something where you keep growing and growing and growing. And
look at the guy's face on the other team in the middle. Like,
he's like, what are we gonna do?
Why? No.
What are you going to do? This guy's 8'1", and from a sitting down position, he can reach way over the net, the volleyball net. And if you're in front of him, I don't even know how you get around him. He could basically just put his hands up in front of the volleyball net, and there's nothing that can get around this guy.
He could stretch out his arm and still block the player next to him.
I would like to see that. If he could, I think he might be able to stretch his arms out the entirety of the net that is in front of him. This guy's wingspan is so huge. And in Paris, they weren't prepared for this guy. What's his name? Let me see this. Mirzad is his last name. Morteza Mirzad. And you can find the photo of him, this Iranian volleyball player who's 8'1", over on the newsjunkie.com in the See It Now section. And this guy is 36 years old, and he has to sleep on the floor in his place in Paris because they don't have a bed big enough for him.
That's sad.
He can't sleep anywhere. Like, I think if this guy was on my bed, even I got a big bed. I had 8'1".
You'd go diagonal.
You'd have to. Even then, I don't know. Like 8'1", you're dangling. Your feet are dangling off the end of this thing. The world is not made for you at 8'1".
So what are you telling him, to kill himself or something?
No. Oh my God. I don't want him to hurt himself. I'm just talking about his trials and tribulations here. This is his moment to shine, though.
Good on him for finding a sport.
Hell yeah.
That, he will thrive in.
He must have an interesting time getting in Ubers.
Right, yeah.
They put the back seat down and he just lays in the trunk.
I've had, trouble getting into Ubers because I'm 6'4". And I'm probably a lot fatter than this guy. But, but it's just, it's you get used to, squeezing big things into small places.
Yeah. The world is not made for you. Go check it out, all right? It's ready for you at the newsjunkie.com in the See It Now section. An 8'1" volleyball player. Tips at the newsjunkie.com. And Greg emails the show. Greg says, Sean, I agree in the debate about the Capri Sun packages. Well, of course you do, sir. You're obviously very smart. I used to accidentally stab through both sides. I would use the bottom as well. He says, do you remember when they changed the bottom to clear because somebody found a Band-Aid or something inside one? I do not recall that, but that's gross. I think they should put them in the same packaging as Squeeze-Its came in. Oh, there's a throwback. The Squeeze-It.
I loved Squeeze-Its. Squeeze the fun out of it.
That's what I call my boobs.
They colored the packaging so they didn't have to color the drink, but the whole thing was translucent to create transparency. At my school, we used to get juice bags for breakfast, and it was literally just a clear plastic bag with a flap across the center that you were supposed to stab with the straw. I had the same issue poking through both sides, but with a more detrimental result, leaky juice snack. I will ride the short bus with you any day. Sabrina, can I get an "oh yeah, you guys rock," says
Oh yeah,
Greg.
you guys rock.
Thank you,
Is that what
Greg.
you wanted?
Those were separate. It was a, can I get an "oh yeah," and then it was like, "you guys rock,"
Oh, yeah?
to ride us out of there. Michaela emails the show, tips at thenewsjunkie.com. Michaela says, thank you, Sean, for the movie recommendation. This certainly isn't about Terrifier, because don't go to sleep after watching that one. And maybe it's not for some of you. Michaela says, Jojo Rabbit, you mentioned this movie forever ago, and I put it in my notes as something to watch. I finally watched it last night. In 6th grade, I'm a year younger than you, so you get the perspective time-wise. My language arts teacher, Mr. Bills, had a project that went along with learning about the Holocaust. My friend and I had to hide for 12 hours as Jews. This is
hell of a project.
This is a class project? My friend and I had to hide for 12 hours as Jews and pretend we couldn't get food, and we had to hide from the Nazis. Her mom pretended to be the Nazi, and we hid in her basement. We lived in Colorado where basements were a thing. Hannah and I read books and stayed quiet. It was actually sort of scary because her mom would be stomping downstairs pretending to look for us.
Oh, my gosh.
we hid under the bed.
Yeah. I remember, every now and then we hear about these assignments where you're supposed to like learn
slavery or something.
You're supposed to learn about something terrible, but they somehow try to make it like I remember.
I've been a part of that.
I had to write a journal entry as if I were a slave. That was
Really?
an assignment we got in like
You think
history
that'd be
class.
controversial now? That'd probably be controversial, right?
Oh, absolutely. I mean, unless it's
I don't think
taken
it should be.
seriously.
Yeah, that one I don't think should be. That one sounds like a fair thing to do to get you in the mindset to see how horrific a thing is.
I was part of it was like a retreat that I had to go to through high school. And they, I think we were immigrants or we were migrants. And all of a sudden, like we had to line up to get like rice for the day. And all of a sudden the guy takes the bowl from me and he goes, "You're dead now because you starved. And also there were border control people that shot you.
Oh my
so now
God.
reflect on that." I'm like, so everyone else gets to do the activity. And I died within the first 10 minutes.
It was like real life Oregon Trail.
I didn't get to dodge anything at all. Just all of a sudden I'm dead.
You drowned fording the river or got
Yes.
dysentery. Or that's a real life Oregon Trail. Well, this continued. It says, "We hid under the bed, and if we got caught, our research was over and we were busted. Little snacks is always all we got and some water. It was scary, but I learned a lot. The whole thing was we had to write a paper on it and what it was like to be a Jew hiding from them, but in the real perspective from actually doing it. I could see that as being an interesting learning experience. I was actually born in Germany, but when kids found out about Germany, they made fun of me and my brother because we are blonde and fair-eyed. I have green eyes, he has blue. I forever remember being bullied for something I had nothing to do with. Kids were so cruel and pretended my brother and I were the enemy. I hated sixth grade." And this goes back to, there was a study done at some point in time. I don't remember the name of the study, forgive me, but I think I'm fairly right on the details here. And in this classroom, they separated all of the kids by their eye color. And then they started to allow in the classroom discrimination by eye color. Like they would have some kids with more access to stuff than other kids. And they found very quickly, like a real version of the fake Stanford prison experiment, that the kids would use it to bully each other. All of a sudden be like, "That loser has brown eyes." Feel targeted here, and they would go after each other based on these things that the person had no control over, i.e., skin color and all that, but they were doing it with their eye color in this test. So I mean that is absolutely a thing that happens. Ever since I learned as much as I could about this stuff, movies, books, everything, even visited a museum a couple of years ago. Jojo Rabbit is so deep because it comes from such a young perspective of the bad side of this war from such an innocent view. Very moving and amazing movie.
It's such a great film.
I still haven't seen
it. What?
Still haven't seen it. And we got into
fun.
Get ready to cry.
We got into such a tangent about learning about Nazis and slavery that I forgot we were talking about Jojo Rabbit in the first place.
It's fun. It manages to be funny, and it managed to be, like the emailer said, a very good lesson. Yeah, it's a good lesson for everybody, and it's things that we should know. We should learn from our experiences and mistakes in humanity. I mean, to say a mistake there is a little bit loose, but you get what I'm saying. All right, when we come back, we're going to get to you. Your dispatches are all fired up and ready to go. Excuse me. I apologize.
Just throw up in your mouth?
It wasn't a puke. It was just a little reaction there, a little burp.
Okay.
Tiny burp that I'm pushing to the side right now. I do know this. There was something that happened this weekend that was an historic moment that we shall never forget, and you may have missed out on this. What went down this weekend? We'll get you all caught up. That is coming up next on the News Junkie.
The new Real Music Weekends begin this weekend on Real Radio 104.1.
From the Clausman Law Traffic Center, car crash, call Clausman Law. ClausmanLaw.com.
Traveling on I-4, you could expect your regular delays approaching State Road 429 between Osceola Parkway and after State Road 535. Authorities are clearing up a couple accidents around the area on Bronson Memorial Highway westbound at Ponceada Boulevard. The left lane is partially blocked on Florida's Turnpike southbound before I-4 there. If you see traffic troubles, call the Valvoline Instant Oil Change traffic tip line at 866-676-8477. From the Traffic Center, I'm James Birmingham.
This report is sponsored by Lowe's. Lowe's knows it's easier to make the right calls when you have the right team. Download the Lowe's app to get their home improvement playbook in your hands so you can get their team's expertise anytime. Download the Lowe's app today because Lowe's knows home improvement.
Download the iHeart Radio app and listen to thousands of live radio stations, podcasts, and stream unlimited music playlists for any mood or activity. Powered by City Kia, Central Florida's favorite auto dealer.
City Kia.
A noisy garage door is a cry for help that often requires only simple maintenance. Hi, I'm Tommy Mello from A1 Garage Door Service. Don't wait until a simple garage door repair becomes a major problem. Call A1 Garage Door Service today.
A1 from day one.
Is it a cold, allergies, or could it be a sinus issue? Aspire Allergy and Sinus can help you find out. A recent study has shown that 45% of patients who suffer from allergies also suffer from chronic sinus issues that are often left untreated. So ditch those nasal sprays and over-the-counter meds for good and find a solution that actually works. The specialists at Aspire Allergy and Sinus make it easy by identifying the problem and creating a custom plan to tackle it. Go to aspireallergy.com to schedule your appointment. That's aspireallergy.com.
Worried about buying or selling your home? Don't be. The Nicki Group with Keller Williams Realty does real estate differently, with buying and selling solutions faster than you could say, more tape? Nationally ranked and locally loved, TNG sells homes 2 times faster for an average of over 20,000 more. So ditch the stress ball. Check out the Nicki Group's over 3,000 5-star reviews. Get a guaranteed cash offer for your home today. Visit thenickigroup.com.
At Massey Services, we know that no two lawns are the same. That's why we create a customized lawn care plan for whatever your landscape looks like. From season to season, our personalized treatments keep your lawn healthy and beautiful all year long. Personalized, because it is personal. We take as much pride in your lawn as you do. Schedule your free inspection today at MasseyServices.com. Massey Services. Expect more and get it.
Hey everybody, this is Josh and Chuck from the Stuff You Should Know podcast. And if you've ever wanted to know about champagne, Satanism, the Stonewall Uprising...
Oh, how about chaos theory, El Nino, LSD, little true crime sprinkled in? Or maybe something historical like Rosa Parks?
Yeah, if you want any of that or anything else you can think of, then look no further. We have you covered.
That's right. Listen to the Stuff You Should Know podcast on America's #1 podcast network, iHeart. Open your free iHeart app and search Stuff You Should Know and start listening.
For those in recovery, support from friends and family often leads to better outcomes. Here's to those who are essential to helping people find their path to recovery. Visit cdc.gov/stop-overdose for information about treatment options and how to support those experiencing addiction.
You sailed beyond the horizon in search of an island scrubbed from every map. You battled krakens. You navigated through storms. Your spade struck the lid of a long-lost treasure chest, while you cooked up a lasagna. There's more to imagine when you listen. Discover best-selling adventure stories on Audible.
Mom, meet Sarah.
From first-time Nana moments.
Welcome to Flight 101.
To annual girls trip moments. Your can't-miss moments are worth protecting against RSV. If you're 75 or older or 60 plus with a chronic condition like asthma, COPD, heart disease, or severe diabetes, you're at higher risk of landing in the hospital from RSV. And there are no prescription RSV treatments. Check eligibility and schedule your RSV vaccine at vaxassist.com.
So where should we go next?
Sponsored by Pfizer.
Mommy, want to play a game with me and Dad?
Mommy's not feeling good.
You need to vaporize that cold.
Vaporize?
Yeah, with Dayquil VapoCool. It's Dayquil plus a rush of Vicks vapors.
Whoa.
Come on, honey. Let's let Mommy rest.
You guys are amazing. And so is Dayquil VapoCool.
Dayquil VapoCool, the vaporizing daytime coughing, aching, fever, power through your day medicine. And to vaporize sore throat pain, try Vicks VapoCool drops. Use as directed. Keep out of reach of children.
In life and recovery, every day is a little different. Embrace the good days, the not-so-good days, and the challenges, and acknowledge how you overcame them. Find the path to recovery that works for you. Learn more at cdc.gov/stop-overdose.
Hey, if you're listening to me right now, I have one thing every business needs most: attention. Think about it. We swipe and scroll past stuff all day, but when we're driving, cooking, and working out, we're also listening. That's the magic of audio at iHeart. We're in your next customer's ears while they're living life and listening, just like you are right now. So get your customers to listen up today using radio, digital, and podcasts. Visit iHeartAdvertising.com. That's iHeartAdvertising.com.
For those in recovery, support from friends and family often leads to better outcomes. Here's to those who are essential to helping people find their path to recovery. Visit cdc.gov/stop-overdose for information about treatment options and how to support those experiencing addiction.
Mills Air in business since 1992. That's over 30 years here in Central Florida. They're not going anywhere. Carrier factory authorized dealer. You can always turn to the experts at Carrier. Equipment changeouts and upgrades right now with up to $1,275 in rebates. Visit millsair.com.
If you ever need our help, we're just a call away. There's only one Morgan & Morgan.
Portions of the following program were pre-recorded.
Broadcasting live from the injury law firm of Kaufman & Lind Studios. Why Kaufman & Lind? Because clients and character matter. Contact them at whenyounitus.com or dial pound 546 on your cell phone. This is WTKS-FM HD1 Cocoa Beach, Orlando. Listen on your free iHeart Radio app for all your music, radio, and podcasts. Occupying the space between high society and prison tattoos. This is the News Junkie.
On a Share the Show Tuesday. You can learn more about the show over at thenewsjunkie.com. That is the website, thenewsjunkie.com. Do not do this, okay? I'm warning you now. This is a bad idea. Sometimes some of you are just dumb enough that you see something on social media Facebook, and you go, all right,
Twitter, y'all see
here
this?
we go. I'm doing this thing. Don't do this. The Chase Bank glitch, as viral as it may be, is simply something that is going to lead to you possibly going to jail. And I would like to avoid that. We need as many of you listening as we possibly could. That's kind of the point of the show. So if you're in jail, although we have a lot of people in jail who listen to us, it's easier for you to listen if you're outside of the clink. If you haven't seen this, they're calling it the Chase Bank glitch. And it popped off on TikTok. Millions and millions of people were looking at these videos. And the trend involved people taking advantage of a quote-unquote glitch in JP Morgan Chase ATMs that would allow you to deposit a check without the available funds and immediately have access to the money listed on it. There's another phrase for that. It's called check fraud.
Yeah.
And that's what that is. It's not like, whoa, I put the check in there, fake check, and I get magical money from a glitch.
Oh, because so many people did it, I'm sure.
A lot of people filmed themselves doing it. They're like, whoa,
and
this is so crazy.
Themselves.
Yeah. Oh,
what
yeah.
dumbasses.
Yeah. Look, the magical money is in my account now. And you hear words like glitch, and you say, oh, I remember playing Monopoly, and there was a bank error in my favor. Maybe this is like that. No, it's not.
And no get out of jail free card.
No, when you cash a check that you know is doesn't have any financial backing to it, you're committing check fraud. They say, in reality, this is from The Independent, Chase really did have a glitch, allowing the exploitation of its ATMs. But the company fixed the problem within days of its discovery. We're aware of this incident and has been addressed. Regardless of what you see online, depositing a fraudulent check and withdrawing the funds from your account is fraud, plain and simple, they say. Do not do this. And there was one person, this is how stupid people are. There was one person that did this a bunch of times and then showed their account negative $40,000.
Oh,
because
my God.
They kept cashing these checks and then taking money that didn't exist out of the bank.
Yeah,
and
see,
now
that's the thing about these ATM issues. They'll go through the log and see what you got out and then just take that out of your bank account because you did it with your own ATM or debit card that's tied to your personal information.
And they'll
like
do
your
that
address.
quickly.
Yes.
Now, if you get the wrong amount from an ATM, that'll take 3 to 5 to 15 business days for them to clear up.
Yeah,
but
especially if the money didn't spit out. I've had that happen.
If you steal from them, that'll be taken care of very quickly.
They are very much in the business of making sure people don't steal their money, and don't try this out. There is no glitch. Whatever is happening there has been fixed, and you're never allowed to just deposit a check and take out the money if there's no backing to the money.
I've heard stories of hacks where somebody would like get into an ATM machine and tell the ATM machine that the currency that it had inside it was $5 bills instead of $20 bills. So if you got out $100, it would give you 20 bills instead of 5 bills.
Yeah.
And then now you have $20 bills, and you're like, oh, okay, this is a lot more money than I had requested.
The bank is always going to get your back.
Yeah.
They're going to win almost every single time. I remember seeing two guys one time off on the side of the road. They're off of Okeechobee Boulevard on the side of the road. And I go, what are those guys doing right now? And one of them had like a hammer or something, and they had stolen an ATM, and they were trying to open the ATM up on the side of the road. And we drove by another like 5 minutes later, and there's a cop car there. The bank's going to get you eventually. It's going to catch up with you. You're not going to get off with the glitch and the cash, and only a select few are able to catch me if you can themselves out of it. And even that guy, Frank Abagnale, even he got busted at one point. It was on television. I don't know how many people watched.
A liar?
He did, yeah. He was a bit of an exaggerator about some of the things that he did. But he still did some pretty cool stuff. I like his story. I think he was cool, even the real story. The television, well, I guess I should say streaming broadcast this weekend. Everybody was supposed to tune in. I don't know how many did, but it was, the Hot Dog Showdown, Joey Chestnut and Kobayashi, the guy who used to be the big time dude. And I guess, what is this? What the hell? It's kind of catchy. I'm not going to lie. It was called Unfinished Beef, and it had a $100,000 grand prize along with the title of Greatest of All Time. Joey Chestnut broke his own world record. The monster ate 83 hot dogs in 10 minutes' time. It was beating the record of 76 hot dogs by 7. Kobayashi got 66 on his side. 83 hot dogs in 10 minutes, just absolutely abusing your system. They're
both so tiny, aren't they?
Things. Chestnut's not tiny, but he's not big either. He's not as big as you would think he would be. The bigger guys don't tend to be as good as it. It's a weird thing. It's a kind of a strange thing where some of these smaller people, because Kobayashi used to be tiny, and he would just kill everybody else in these countdowns or competitions, I should say. Joey Chestnut's just the best. He's the guy to beat at the most disgusting of all things. I can't bring myself to watch them because it's gross. It's like anytime I put on the July 4th stuff, it's just disgusting to see people doing this to themselves. And I'd like to see what the streaming numbers were for Netflix.
BMX-Con called him the Glizzy God.
He is. Yeah, the guy knows what he's doing. He's won on more than just hot dogs, too. He can scarf down pretty much anything at a real record pace.
What was his other thing, though? Like wings?
Let me see.
I think I've seen him at a chili eating contest.
Joey Chestnut, Wikipedia.
Trying to think of the thing that would, I would fare well in. Like a pizza roll that's not lava.
Yes.
I could down like 40 of those.
I agree that those seem like a good option, but I think maybe I could down 40 too, maybe. But I think that they might be able to down like 100 or something. Like they may blow us away. He won an asparagus eating championship, a deep fried asparagus, hot dog, world grilled cheese eating championship circuit.
Ooh, that's a choking hazard.
He ate 103 Crystal Burgers in the Crystal Square Off World Hamburger Eating Championship in Chattanooga, Tennessee.
Holy cow. And he defeated Thomas in the Waffle House World Waffle Eating Championship.
Okay.
Wing Bowl. You're right about the wings. He had 182 chicken wings in 30 minutes, which is a record over there.
Never seen a man eat so many chicken wings.
He drank a gallon of milk in 41 seconds. Just on and on and on. 78 matzo balls.
Matzo balls.
Yeah. He on all the different televised things. He did the famous Famiglia World Pizza Eating Championship.
Watch your mouth.
and he ate 45 slices of pizza to win that. It's just a Wikipedia that goes on and on with him eating all sorts of things. I don't know how it works, but there he is regardless, the victor. I'm a hot dog. He's the hot dog. The number one, the champ, Joey Chestnut. All right, over to the dispatches. Insecure Walrus, excuse me, Walnus. Talking about Colonel Bruce, I guess. Let's see what he says.
I think the performer dying on stage moment that sticks in my mind forever is Colonel Bruce Hampton in Atlanta. They're having, I think it was a big birthday bash because he had turned some ripe old age, and I think he was retiring. And it was the big end of the evening jam where everybody's on stage playing together. He's on stage and he gets down on the ground and literally lays his face on one of the floor wedge stage monitors on the stage. And just lays there motionless. And people just keep playing and playing. And it turns out he was having a heart attack and eventually died. And nobody checked on him for a while because they were jam banding.
That's so weird.
Or is it band jamming? Anyways, that one really sticks in my mind more than anything else.
Says, onlookers and his fellow musicians initially either did not notice that Hampton had collapsed or thought it was a ruse due to his history of falling down on stage during performances and other practical jokes. As a result, Hampton lay face down at somebody else's feet, his left arm draped over a stage monitor as the other person soloed on Turn On Your Love Light.
Oh, my God. Let's do one more. Here's Seth talking about Capri Suns. Hello?
Just letting you know that the Capri Suns, if you squeeze it and put your thumb on the end of the straw, it opens up that top part just for you. I mean, it makes it, you can't make it any easier.
All right.
You gotta just go with the flow, man.
I'll go with the flow. I
have
believe
you
you.
considered just going with the flow, Sean?
I never have. I don't know why, but I just never have. Here is Remember When.
He literally told you to go with the flow while telling you how to stop the flow.
Here we go.
Sean, Sabrina, C-Lane, long time since I've left the dispatch. Miss you guys. I remember when all you had to worry about was a mosquito biting you and you had a baby with a flat face, or Trump would say something crazy. China, Japan. Man, those were good times. That's when they were trying to fire Fritz. You remember that? That was a great idea. Corporate brain dead people. Anyway, miss you guys. I'll catch up with you soon. Wiggle, wiggle, pop, pop.
I don't know what he's talking about, but thank you. Remember When? I guess that's just his bit. He just remembers when on the show. Okay, I see. Thank you.
Fun.
Courtney, I lost her to crying not once, but twice this weekend. And one of them was, and these are things where I'll always be like, I'll watch the TV and then I'll look over. I'll be like, "Are you crying? Oh my God, you're crying!" And
so comforting, Sean.
And then I'll try to comfort her a little bit, but sometimes I don't understand it. She's watching, and we subscribe to this YouTube channel where they show you all the new movie trailers each week. And there is a movie that may be one of the saddest things I've seen in a very, very long time. It's the Christopher Reeve movie.
Super/Man.
Yes, yes. And it's about him being Superman and the accident that paralyzed him and his wife and just all of these different things.
That's weird. We watched the complete opposite movie this weekend.
Actual Superman?
No, it's the Christopher Walken movie.
How dare you? And I look over and she is just crying.
I'm sure it's very sad.
It was very sad. It was like kind of inspiring as well. I think there was an inspirational side of it. Obviously, that's what it's supposed to be. And the other time, we went to Food and Wine at Epcot, which is awesome. And the Fray was playing. The Fray was playing. Yeah, they're on stage. And
you started crying.
They start to play How to Save a Life. And Courtney, somehow this passed her. She was like, "Is this song about somebody trying to kill themselves?" And I said, "Yeah, it's like it's about how to help them out." And so she starts listening to all the lyrics of that song. And it's maybe one of the saddest songs on planet Earth. Like, it's a super sad song. And I look over, I'm kind of singing along and jamming to the song, Eat My Chicago Dog. And she is just tears flowing. She's saying, we got to stay away from all this stuff. What's happening out there? They were good, though. They were pretty good live. Not worth $100,000, but pretty good live nonetheless. We got
I just
more.
don't know the other songs.
You don't know the other ones? Oh, they got How to Save a Life is the big one. What are the? I don't know the song titles.
Over My Head.
How to Just Keep On Living.
Yeah. Over My Head was their first big hit, I believe. That was a super catchy song.
Over my head.
Yeah.
Over my head. Yeah.
That's a good song. All right, they were very
We
good.
could just play it, but I mean, this is the better way, right? This is the better.
We have all the technology in the world at our fingertips.
No.
All right, quick break. When we come back, we'll get to what's happening with King Charles. Is he about to die? Are we going to have a new king? We got to go through that whole process again. I feel like we just did this. What's going down with the king? We'll find out. That is coming up next in the News Junkie.
Real radio is the Jim Colbert Show.
Today on The Big Show, we'll get Jack's review of the Little League World Series parade. We'll do What'd You Do That's New at 4 o'clock, a special edition of Sports at 420 with our buddy Brandon Kravitz, and It's Only Money with Scott Brown from Edgewater Family Wealth. Plus, a great prize for trivia and your calls, texts, and talkbacks.
The Jim Colbert Show, today at 3 on Real Radio 104.1.
From the Goldsmith Jewelry Shop Traffic Center. Lowest prices on the highest quality jewelry. GoldsmithJewelry.com.
Watch out for slowdowns where Vine Street meets John Young Parkway and delays on the ramp from the Greenway southbound to Colonial Drive. Authorities are clearing up a couple accidents here on Florida's Turnpike southbound before I-4. The left shoulder is blocked there. And watch out for an accident on Bronson Memorial Highway westbound at Ponceada Boulevard. If you see traffic troubles, call the Valvoline Instant Oil Change traffic tip line at 866-676-8477. From the Traffic Center, I'm James Birmingham.
This report is sponsored by HCA Florida Healthcare.
Sharp stomach pain? Advice is here. Consult a nurse. Answers, advice around the clock. Consult a nurse. HCA Florida Healthcare. We show up for you. Call 844-70-NURSE. It's free.
If you want to find out about a reverse mortgage, that mortgage guy Don can help. Rates are improving, and that makes the terms even more favorable. You want to find out if it works? Don will get you some numbers and explain the details. Then you decide if that makes sense for you to proceed. A reverse mortgage can be a lifesaver for people over 62 on a fixed income. Get a quote with no hard credit inquiry by going to thatmortgageguydon.com. Work with an expert and a friend that you can trust.
Don't miss the boat. Compare your quote with thatmortgageguydon.com.
Our 2024 iHeartRadio Music Festival, presented by Capital One.
Just added to the superstar lineup.
The Weeknd. And a special performance by Coldplay's Chris Martin.
Joining a weekend of headliners.
A$AP Rocky. Big Sean.
Camila Cabello. Doja Cat.
Dua Lipa.
Gwen Stefani.
Halsey.
Hozier. Keith Evan.
New Kids on the Block.
Paramore.
The Black Crowes.
Thomas Rhett.
Victoria Monet.
At T-Mobile Arena, Las Vegas.
Streaming live only on Hulu.
Get your tickets now at AXS.com.
Thinking about selling your home? Well, hold on to your packing tape. The Nicki Group can sell houses faster than you can find that one missing sock. Get a guaranteed cash offer on your home from the Nicki Group today. Visit thenicklygroup.com.
As storm season heats up, your Better Business Bureau reminds you to make a list now of trusted professionals. If you need help after a hurricane, who will you trust? Protect your home and family by choosing licensed, reputable professionals. Turn to bbb.org to find a better business.
Hey, it's that mortgage guy, Don. Good news. We offer HELOCs and home equity lines of credit with scores as low as 640. Find out if you're qualified today at thatmortgageguydon.com.
With thatmortgageguydon.com.
This is the sound of real people across Florida betting on sports. It's the sound of winning your bet, only on Hard Rock Bet. And if your first bet doesn't win, you get up to $100 back to try again. Hard Rock Bet is Florida's only legal sports book. Your home for betting hoops for any sport you choose. Download Hard Rock Bet now and get 2 shots at your first bet. Win, or you'll get up to $100 back as a bonus bet. Offered by the Seminole Tribe of Florida. Must be 21 plus and physically present in Florida to play. Terms and conditions apply. Concerned about gambling? Please call 1-888-ADMIT-IT.
I'm Mark Anajar.
I'm Glenn Levine.
I'm Ellie Anajar.
Together, we're Anajar and Levine.
If you've been hurt in a car crash, we'll fight to get you the maximum compensation you deserve. Call Anajar and Levine for your free consultation. 1-800-747-FREE.
In Office Orlando.
It's happening at pharmacies all across America. Older Americans keep asking, where are the lower prices on prescription drugs Joe Biden and Kamala Harris keep taking credit for? First, Harris cast the deciding vote for the Inflation Reduction Act, promising to lower drug prices. Then the Biden-Harris administration used the money from Medicare to bankroll their liberal green agenda. That's right. Instead of savings, seniors got a 20% premium increase, restrictions on access to medicine, and fewer cures. Now, liberals want to expand this Biden-Harris scheme that is already hurting seniors. Thankfully, Senator Rick Scott has always fought to protect Medicare drug coverage. Call him at 202-224-3121. Urge him to keep fighting for affordable drug coverage by opposing S 1246. Paid for by Seniors for Better Care.
As a mom, comforting my family is what I do best. Vicks Vapor Stick provides soothing, non-medicated Vicks vapors in an easy-to-apply stick. And it dries fast, so there's no mess. I use it to comfort myself and my family.
Thanks, Mom.
Vicks Vapo Stick, soothing comfort for the whole family. And when you need more comfort for yourself, try Vicks Vapo Shower Max for steamy Vicks vapors. Use as directed. Vapo Stick for use ages 4 and up. Vapo Shower Max use for adults only.
Wake up with football every morning and listen to my new podcast, NFL Daily with Greg Rosenthal. 5 days a week, you get all the latest news, the best analysis delivered by the time you get your coffee. This show hits on every single game, every single week, but I can't do it alone, so I'm bringing in all the big guns from NFL media. Subscribe today, and you'll immediately be smarter and funnier than your friends. Listen to NFL Daily with Greg Rosenthal on America's #1 podcast network, iHeart. Open your free iHeart app and search NFL Daily to start listening.
Do you have AC needs? Turn to the experts at Carrier. Go to millsair.com.
Story time with the 3 best friends you never knew you had.
A special guest for this week. Big surprise for everybody. That's coming up before too long. And
is it the mother?
I'm not telling. I refuse to tell what the special guest is or who the special guest is.
Okay.
This week, but it should be at some point in time. Somebody will be joining us, and I don't think I want to say anything more about it. I think I'll leave it right there.
I don't think that prepares us enough for our interview questions, but
you guys will be fine. You'll have plenty of questions for this person. You'll have plenty of questions, but it'll be more exciting if you have to react in real time to it. It's on the way. Coming up this week on the show. This is the time of year when they do all these film festivals, so therefore it's kind of a cringe time of year for me. I see story after story after story that just shakes me to my core with how cringe it is when the celebrities who are just like us, in air quotes, go to Venice and they watch all the other celebrities' movies, and then they have these insanely long, ridiculous standing ovations while they cry and salute each other for their very artistic work. And this time, I don't know if this is a new record or not, but Julianne Moore and Tilda Swinton are in a movie called The Room Next Door. And they said they got a 17-minute standing ovation after the movie ended. So that's got to be up there. I don't know if that's the record, but I always just think about all these blowhards in this room sitting there for 17 minutes, which is a very, very long time.
I would refuse.
You're not aware.
I would sit down.
Just be like, guys, 40 seconds is a lot. You just go, all right, very good job. Excellent movie. Awesome. You did good. Thumbs up. Give them an award or something. That's fine. 17 minutes is a long time. I think you can bake a Stouffer's lasagna in 17 minutes. You can make a pizza at Papa John's takes a fraction of that time. I would think you might be able to make enough pizzas for the entirety of the theater to have a slice apiece, and the amount of time that they're sitting there, 17 minutes with a standing ovation for these folks. This was all about Pedro Almodovar's movie, The Room Next Door, and they just stood up for quite some time. They also They stood up for Brady Corbett's The Brutalist, 12-minute standing ovation. Pablo Larraín's Maria, 8 minutes. That's the Angelina Jolie movie that they think she's going to get some awards for.
I feel bad for the production team because at this point, do they account
You have to.
for that 8-minute standing ovation, or does it ruin the schedule every single time?
You have to. Yes, but you don't know if it's going to be an 8 or a 17, and there's a big difference.
Yeah.
There's a huge difference between the two of those. Imagine you go to see a couple of movies. You go to see The Brutalist from Brady Corbett, and you go to see The Room Next Door. Between the two of those, you are standing for 30 minutes in a standing ovation. 2 movies, 30 minutes standing ovation. Oh, you got to have better things to do. You got to have better things to do. Also at the box office, very divisive. People split over this one. It's one of those ones where you look at Rotten Tomatoes and the critics score. They say this is garbage. 17%. What is this crap? And the fans, actual people reviewing, say 98%. And they really, really enjoyed the movie. It's called Reagan, a biopic about Ronald Reagan. That's from Dennis Quaid that came out this weekend. And it did pretty well, all things considered, at the box office. It says the Ronald Reagan biopic, which depicts the life of the actor and politician, stars Dennis Quaid as the 40th president and Penelope Ann Miller as Nancy Reagan. The film is loosely based on the book The Crusader, Ronald Reagan and the Fall of Communism, and it's all about Ronald Reagan and his life. But critics hate it, probably because they hate Reagan, and the viewers love it at 98%. It's so crazy, though. Sabrina was talking about going to see Deadpool and Wolverine, which I think, is that on demand now, or is that?
No. I went to Studio Movie and Grill.
Oh, what's that?
It's down by the Disney area. Should have just gone to meet you up at the theme parks.
I was only there on one day.
They have the recliners, and then you order stuff, and they bring the dinner to you. And
dinner and a movie.
It was great, and I absolutely loved Deadpool. It was so much fun, such a great film. Laughed out loud many a times.
How crazy that movie is number one again at the box office. It was number one for several weeks, then it lost the number one spot, then it got it back. And it had it again this weekend. Number one.
Funny.
It's a lot of money.
We, in anticipation, because we're not going to go to the movies for this. We're waiting for it to be on streaming. And so in anticipation, we've been rewatching the old ones. And there was still, Deadpool 2, plenty of laugh out loud moments, just great lines. I wish I could remember a few of them right now, because this is...
I feel like half of them are not radio friendly.
There's a lot of them.
Did you see anything in there that you thought would trigger the religious people? Because remember that story came up where there was some jokes about God or Jesus.
I could see where that one crazy lady got triggered from it. But, the joke is there. Yeah, if you're familiar with Deadpool at all, then no, it's fine. That all makes sense to me.
I only heard that one lady talk about it, and then it sort of went away.
I think he called himself Marvel Jesus.
Yeah.
I haven't seen it. I heard that he called himself Marvel Jesus, and I think I saw one of the scenes where he was making some of those jokes. I never thought anything's bad. I'm not super sensitive to any stuff like that. I'm also not religious, but there was a reaction at the beginning about that. King Charles, rip, maybe soon? ? King Charles, we know he's got cancer. We know he's got big old sausage fingers. Those are problematic, and now we know about the plan. Operation Menai. That's what it's called. Operation Menai Bridge. It's named after a suspension bridge in Wales. And that is a minute-by-minute plan that will begin to unfurl the moment the 75-year-old king is dead. I don't even feel like he's been king for that long.
No.
We're already talking about him. I don't know. It doesn't feel like it's been all that long. He was the heir apparent since 1952. He waited more than 70 years to wear the crown. 3 years it's been, because he's 73 now. Oh, no.
His
73.
coronation was May 6th of last year. So it's been a year.
Yeah, it says at 73, he was the oldest person in British history to accede to the throne. So he's been just over a year that he's been the king. And now it could be that William is going to step up because he has cancer. We don't know how that's going. And they're saying the palace is giving the impression that King Charles is on the mend, but he's still very sick. He's not doing well. We'll see where this goes, but it's a whole thing when the king dies, or the queen was the last one, obviously. Let's go over to Catalina Wine Mixer with some style advice for me. I'll take that.
G'day, junkies.
Hey.
Hope y'all are having a good start to it. I'm a podcast listener, and I was hoping to chime in about the whole style situation. Sean, you were talking about switching up your style a little bit. And I get is, a 30-something that can be kind of hard to do. The old saying is it's really easy to fall into fashion, but it's hard to fall out
I think
of
she's saying she's 30-something. Like, as a 30-something, it could be a hard thing to do.
fashion. Or wait, no, it's the other way around. Anyway, what tip I have for you as a fashion degree graduate,
Okay.
and this may be the only time I get to use that degree, is to tell you that you should try bookending your style. And that means taking one thing like skate punk and combining it with another thing that might not be adjacent, but can be interesting, like corporate suit. So then you can kind of start brainstorming, like, how does a skate punk wear the corporate suit thing? Do you wear a skate t-shirt with a blazer over it?
That's
Et
what I tend
cetera,
to
et
do.
cetera. If all else fails, just plug it into Pinterest and see what shows up. But hope you guys have a good day.
next.
Bye.
Thank you, Catalina. Appreciate your dispatch.
Fashioned.
We should do, like, I don't know. We need Queer Eye. If Queer Eye
I
could
told
swing
you
by.
guys I've been wanting to get queer-eyed.
They only do one person at a time, though. So, yeah, it would have to just be
we
one of
can't
us.
submit ourselves. It's like our friends and family that are sad for us and our styles or something.
Yeah, and then you have to have a sob story, too. You need to have some story about the thing that you're overcoming. I always tend to do that.
Yeah,
We work with you.
How dare you? Okay, we're going to take a quick break. When we come back, we'll get to you. We'll hear from you with some dispatches shortly on the show. We have a ton of stuff to work our way through on a very busy Share the Show Tuesday. And also, the next episode is coming up. What's coming up on the next episode?
What's coming up on the next episode? A Colorado City middle schooler was arrested over riffraff and a meme by the rapper Riff Raff. Imagine a bite from an animal leads to your arrest on drug and endangerment charges. Now imagine the animal is a camel. Oh, and you're also 1,000 pounds. Plus, the Grim Reaper had a field day this weekend. All that death and so much more coming up on the next episode.
And that is coming up next on the News Junkie.
Coming up tonight on Real Radio at 7, it's a corporate time with Tom and Dan. Brought to you by MyEternalVitality.com and Modern Plumbing Industries. At 9 p.m., it's Real Laughs with comedians James McGill and Ken. And Real Music starts tonight at 10 on Real Radio 104.1.
From the Cool Today Weather Center, cooltoday.com.
Hey, Central Florida, I'm Fox 35 Storm Team Meteorologist Jessica Dobson with a check of your forecast for this Tuesday. And for today, we are going to be expecting a day similar to like what we saw yesterday, although temperatures will be a little hotter with a high of 92 degrees today in Orlando, feeling closer, though, to the low 100s. We'll also see the return of some scattered afternoon showers and thunderstorms. Best chances of rain look to arrive between 2 o'clock and 7 p.m. From the Fox 35 Storm Team, I'm meteorologist Jessica Dobson.
This report is sponsored by Volt Home. Imagine a future where your home is powered by the sun. With Volt Home, a Sonova dealer, that future is within reach. Whether it's solar panels or battery backup, they're here to help you reduce your energy costs. For more info, dial pound 250 on your cell and say keyword Volt Home. You'll have the option to receive a one-time automated text message from iHeart Media.
I can't, in good conscience, sell something that I know is not going to keep its value.
That's Keith LeClaire, who is one of only a handful of jewelers around the country who refuses to sell lab-grown diamonds.
The value of these things tumbles so fast.
The fact is, a natural diamond, a product of Mother Earth, takes billions of years to create. But now, machines that make lab-grown diamonds are creating them in a matter of days, leading to worldwide mass production. So if you're getting engaged or celebrating a special occasion, you need to be aware of what you're buying, what it's worth today, and what it'll be worth a year from now.
Nobody will buy your diamond. No jeweler, no dealer, nobody. So if the experts won't buy them, why would you?
Fads come and go, but your love is eternal. Let IDC help you celebrate that love with a diamond that is just as meaningful, as valuable, as rare, and eternal.
Providing value and protecting our customer from making a big financial mistake was my job, and I feel like I've done that for 43 years.
International Diamond Center, 4 Orlando locations.
I'm John Morgan of Morgan & Morgan. Today, we're the largest injury firm in the world, and I'm thankful to you for trusting us all these years. We'll always be here for the people, not the powerful. Injured? The choice is easy. Morgan & Morgan. Visit forthepeople.com for an office near you.
Sunnyside Plumbing.
Yes, I've got a leaking...
To leave us a testimonial saying how happy you are with our service, press 1.
But you haven't even...
For all other inquiries, please hang up.
Wait, what?
Hang up and call Frank Gay. We're busy watching the game.
You know what? I think I will.
When you have a leak, you need solutions on your schedule. A helpful expert who can find the problem and fix it fast.
That's the Frank Gay way.
FrankGayServices.com.
Hi, this is Earl Ron. New South Window lives southern weather, and our Energy Star windows and doors are designed to keep the heat out and the cool air in. Get New South proud.
Going on now. Buy more and save more on all New South products. Volume discounts up to 30% off.
Zero Foxtrot isn't just a brand. It's a way of life. Founded and operated by veterans, Zero Foxtrot's unique apparel and gear echoes the grit of the warrior culture. Zero Foxtrot dedicates itself to producing content, honoring the sacrifices of forgotten heroes of the past, and connecting history to the present. Embark on a journey with Zero Foxtrot today at zerofoxtrot.com. It's not merely our products. It's about the ethos that we embody. Rugged, resilient, and timeless.
Mommy, want to play a game with me and Dad?
Mommy's not feeling good.
You need to vaporize that cold.
Vaporize?
Yeah, with Dayquil VapoCool. It's Dayquil plus a rush of Vicks vapors.
Whoa.
Come on, honey. Let's let Mommy rest.
You guys are amazing. And so is Dayquil VapoCool.
Dayquil VapoCool, the vaporizing daytime coughing, aching, fever, power through your day medicine. And to vaporize sore throat pain, try Vicks VapoCool drops. Use as directed. Keep out of reach of children.
Time with family, laughs with friends, and cash back? Discover's got you covered on the last one. That's because Discover doubles all the cash back you've earned on your credit card at the end of your first year with Cash Back Match. See terms at discover.com/credit card.
Is it a cold, allergies, or could it be a sinus issue? Aspire Allergy and Sinus can help you find out. A recent study has shown that 45% of patients who suffer from allergies also suffer from chronic sinus issues that are often left untreated. So ditch those nasal sprays and over-the-counter meds for good and find a solution that actually works. The specialists at Aspire Allergy and Sinus make it easy by identifying the problem and creating a custom plan to tackle it. Go to aspireallergy.com to schedule your appointment. That's aspireallergy.com.
Don't miss our 2024 iHeart Radio Music Festival presented by Capital One.
Las Vegas, you're having a good time.
Friday and Saturday, September 20th and 21st. Streaming live only on Hulu.
iHeart Radio, let's go!
Get tickets now at AXS.com.
Mom, meet Sarah.
From first-time Nana moments.
Yeah, welcome to Flight 101.
To annual girls trip moments. Your can't-miss moments are worth protecting against RSV. If you're 75 or older or 60 plus with a chronic condition like asthma, COPD, heart disease, or severe diabetes, you're at higher risk of landing in the hospital from RSV. And there are no prescription RSV treatments. Check eligibility and schedule your RSV vaccine at vaxassist.com.
So where should we go next?
Sponsored by Pfizer.
Real Radio is on Instagram at Real Radio 1041. Sponsored by the law offices of Anajar and Levine Accident Attorneys. Have you been in an accident? Call the law offices of Anajar and Levine at 1-800-747-FREE.
That's 1-800-747-3733.
Send us a dispatch and join the ranks of the great 5 percenters.
All things happening in the world of entertainment and beyond. If you missed any of the show, get the podcast. It is free and it is ready for you over on the website. Check it out at thenewsjunkie.com. And I do want to let everybody know that if you're not watching, you should be watching that Chimp Crazy docuseries, because that has been a wild ride.
I've decided not to.
Oh,
I'm not. I heard about the second episode. And that's where I draw the line. That's a no thank you for me.
What is it?
I don't want to spoil it if you haven't. I mean, but it's the chaotic scene in which she was attacked in the 911 call and the footage.
Yeah.
It's very sad. No thank you.
They don't show anything super
So
graphic.
they show
on
the
that.
monkey in the cage dying.
I don't remember seeing the monkey dying. I don't know if they showed. They showed the monkey didn't die. Well, the monkey did die in the cage because after he got shot, he ran back to the cage. There may have been a photo actually of the monkey in the cage. It wasn't super graphic there. It was only graphic in the details because they told the story about that whole Charlie Nash thing, which blows Courtney's minds. The things I can't remember and can't remember. News stories, every little detail I can remember. And all the other stuff, nothing
Courtney's
sticks.
birthday, not at all.
It doesn't, which I'm screwed because it's in a couple of days.
Yeah.
Here, so I got to write this down, keep saying it over and over in my head so I don't screw it up. But the thing is, I don't want to spoil it. So here's the way I'm gonna work around this. This docuseries is about people, generally speaking, owning wild animals that they, in my opinion, absolutely should not own. I think anything beyond domesticated animals and animals you might have on a farm is not something that anybody should ever have in their house. Nobody should have a chimpanzee in their house. It should only be in facilities where people are either rescuing them or taking care of them. Ideally, there would never be any of those types of animals in human care, but we understand where we're at. And in some cases, I absolutely support the work done by zoos where they want to educate people on these animals and they treat them in very respectful ways at most of the places that I've gone to. So humans, just individuals, in my estimation, should never have these animals. You shouldn't have a cheetah. You shouldn't have a lion. You shouldn't have any of these type of animals at your house under your care. That's generally speaking what Chimp Crazy talks about. But more specifically, it's about one woman and her battle with PETA over these chimpanzees. And at one point in time, you realize that this woman has done something very much illegal. Very much illegal.
Okay.
And the people making the documentary series have a moment where they sit down and they go, what the hell do we do?
Oh, so they didn't know going into this that she had done this illegal thing?
No idea that this was going to happen.
Nice.
No idea. But they found out that she was doing something that was very illegal, and they start struggling with, what do we do? Do we turn her in? And the last episode is going to focus on that. It's like the animal version of the Jinx.
Yeah.
Where there was something in the story that they were recording that ended up being actual news in real life. It is wild to see. So check it out if you're into that kind of stuff. Alicia said, I can't watch that show. It'll make me too sad. It's just more interesting than anything else. It's not mega sad. It's just more interesting and revealing. Okay, let's get into it. Here we go. Let's do the next episode.
Because there's a lot on TV, you can't possibly keep up with all of it, even though you should, because what else are you going to talk about?
If you got a $50 bill, put your hands up.
Nothing. Weather's nice. It's time for the next episode with Sabrina. Hey,
smoke weed every day.
Hold up. The next episode brought to you by That Mortgage Guy Don. ThatMortgageGuyDon.com. And of course, the Home Loans Radio Show. Refinancing, buying your first dream home. Perhaps you're looking into getting a reverse mortgage that can help you out, especially if you're over the age of 62 with a fixed rate. And perhaps you're under the age of 62 and you're just looking to buy your dream home, refinance your beautiful dream home that you're in right now. All that and so much more. Just go to ThatMortgageGuyDon.com to get the process started.
Don't miss the boat, compare your quote with ThatMortgageGuyDon.com.
It was 32 years ago, 1992. This guy right here. Prince is right, and Prince became the highest paid rock star after signing a deal with Warner Brothers Records. For how much money?
What year was this?
This was 1992.
92.
$100 million.
$101 million.
It was $100 million. You got it right.
Yeah. I swear to God, I didn't
Money.
look.
It was $10 million per album.
Oh, okay. I thought I had it wrong.
No, $100
So it
million.
was $100 million?
Yeah,
Oh, okay.
$100 million. So
What was he so mad about? If he had a $100 million deal, he wanted more, I guess, huh?
Was him changing his name to the symbol after 1992? I guess it was, and maybe it was this contract.
Yeah,
Who knows?
I think it was afterwards. And it was about how long the contract was. There was many things that he was mad about.
Just a quick reminder to everybody, this past Sunday, Billy Joe Armstrong did begin his annual 30-day nap. So I just want to make sure that whoever is appointed this year's Awaken Commissioner to please keep an eye out on the calendar and the clock or whatever.
When September.
Speaking of September, happy birthday to people born in September. And this is
Thank you.
Happy birthday, C-Lane. I'm sorry I won't be here for it. We'll be in Italy.
How rude.
I know.
My God.
So we'll do an early birthday celebration. What are you talking about?
What are you going to do for the early celebration for him?
How about none of your business?
I mean, I just was interested. I was asking the question.
At Soupy Garbage Juice always gives the birthday songs and what your parents were doing when they were doing it to conceive you.
Happy birthday, it's September, you are aging like a wine, and if your day is on the 9th, you have the most popular of all time. You were cooking since December, you were made at Christmas time, and like Frosty, you were molded and thrust into sentient life. Happy birthday, it's September.
Was he saying that September 9th is the most common birthday of the month or of anybody?
I think of anybody.
Let's see.
I thought August was. And he also
common.
said, that it was a lot of Christmas banging puns.
Gotcha.
As far as,
September 9th is the most common birthday. Strangely enough, September 19th is the second most common, and September 12th is the third most common.
Oh, so, yeah.
I was
Parents
just
are
dodging
banging.
bullets.
Yeah, jeez.
Oh, somebody in your family wasn't. Silver bullets. A white bullet? Anyways.
Right in the crotch.
Okay.
Birthdays also come with death days.
Yeah, she listens to the podcast.
So I
there.
love you, Mama Lane. And I'm so happy that your son was born all these years ago almost. 37.
8.
Ugh. Well, another guarantee in life is death, and boy, did we have a lot of them.
All right.
Fatality.
We heard about Fatman Scoop, who died after collapsing on stage at the age of 53 years old. A lot of tributes online, lost for words. A lot of his collaborators said, rest easy, our friend, and you will forever remain in our hearts, except for the two people in chat who had no idea who he was.
Mm-hmm.
We also lost a star from this show right here.
Dawson's Creek.
Dawson's
yeah.
Creek,
Did
that's
you
right.
guys see the picture of this dude?
No.
In
Also, how do you say his name? Last name?
not sure.
Obi-Wan
Kenobi.
Yep. Best known for playing Bodie Wells on Dawson's Creek. If you want to pull up that picture, by all means. Then it was his older brother, Nikum Ndofo, who had shared the news over the weekend. He got to start in
Is this him?
Hollywood.
This the guy?
Yeah, I believe so.
Okay.
What was the weird picture?
Oh my gosh, is it on Daily Mail or something? There's a picture of him if you scroll down where he's in his underwear.
Oh.
And
that was part of the
and
tribute.
if I had taken a picture like this is what I would want upon my sudden death. Is to people you can't
Or that
it's not on this one.
The painting I gave you for
Go to
Christmas.
news, the one from news.com.au.
Okay.
It was, he's in his underwear.
Yes.
Like, is he sick looking?
He's not sick looking. No, he looks very not sick, very healthy.
Oh.
Down there.
Oh, bless his soul.
Like very well endowed.
He's
it
a
seemed.
big peen.
Yeah.
All right. He appeared in 10 episodes of Dawson's Creek. He played Bodie Wells. That was dating Nina Rapata's character. I did not watch Dawson's Creek.
He was somebody's brother-in-law. I think Joey's brother-in-law.
Well, now he doesn't have to wait for his life to be over.
I finally found the photo.
Thank you. Yeah, go
I
ahead.
think this is the one you're talking about.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, damn.
Yeah.
Oh, my God.
Yeah.
Look at that thing. He did it on purpose, right?
Yeah, he must have. He must have.
We also lost, I believe, a NHL player in a fatal New Jersey car crash. I guess a drunk driver. And to wrap that all up, we also lost Gidget from Gilligan's Island.
No!
That was a trick. It was from Dukes of Hazzard.
Oh.
And he's gone. TJ Hooker. He is now resting in peace with all the other people that died. He was 80-something years old.
Okay.
I don't have time to give all the information. So rest in peace, everybody. And have a good week being alive, everyone else. Someone got in trouble. And that is one of the 1,000-pound sisters, Amy Slayton, busted. You have to pull up this mugshot, Sean.
Okay.
Busted for drugs and child endangerment, all because of a camel bite. And I will cue the yakety sax because this seems like it's all too much just for one headline. But here we go. This is royalty free. It was a camel bite at a Tennessee zoo that led to an arrest for alleged possession of illegal drugs and allegedly putting a child in danger. Here's how it went down. It was the Tennessee Safari Park in Alamo. It received calls a guest had been bitten by a camel. During the investigation, the deputies came upon a vehicle occupied by Slayton and her 1,000 pounds, as well as Brian Scott Lavorne. They reportedly smelled a suspicious odor coming from inside. That was narcotics. Slayton and Lavorne were arrested of illegal possession of Schedule 1 and Schedule 6 drugs.
I didn't know there were 6 schedules.
Neither did I. And 2 counts of child endangerment. It goes on to say that it's not clear who the youngster was or what type of drugs were allegedly used. Can you see what level 6 means?
I'm looking it up right now.
But interesting to note that in Tennessee, weed is illegal. So I imagine one of those. Both were hauled away to county jail. You got it?
Schedule 6 is weed. Yeah, marijuana.
What's Schedule 1?
According to whom? I'm on DEA.gov and it ends at 5.
This says Schedule 6 here.
Schedule 1 is LSD and those types of things. Ecstasy. Peyote, if you're wild. If you're feeling like being on one.
Schedule 1 is drugs where they don't have any medical use. So like cocaine is lower on the list because they actually used to use that in dentistry to numb people.
Well, they are both arrested now and waiting, I guess, trial. Last year, Amy's husband, Michael Halterman, filed for divorce from Amy. They share 2 sons, Gage and Glenn, and I'm guessing one of those kids got bit by a camel.
Yeah, it seems like it could be bad. A camel bite seems like it might be a rough one.
Watch out, they spit.
Yeah, I'm not going anywhere near those things.
What's that movie? Or what's that quote from?
I don't know. I have no idea.
Watch out, they spit.
Yeah, careful, they spit. Maybe I'm not saying it right. It's Aladdin. That's why I don't quote. And instead, maybe you'll be memeing, but be careful if you're a middle schooler. First of all, get back to school. You shouldn't be listening to the show right now.
But thank you for listening.
Yes, much appreciated. 2, careful with what memes you share because there is one 6th grader by the name of Endikas Kunaluk Young.
All right, I believe you.
Kicked out of class and arrested last week after repeating a popular meme by a rapper by the name of Riff Raff. I'm familiar with him, not familiar with the meme. Here's the news story.
Has dreams of making it big as an artist, but he says one person who was supposed to motivate him misunderstood his ambition.
My main goal to blow up. That's all I can get before the teacher interrupt me. But this is the full meme. My main goal is to blow up and act like I don't know nobody.
What is happening?
The kid's sharing a story.
Uh-huh.
Is he saying blow up?
He's saying blow up.
Okay.
Yeah.
So
I could have been grow up. I really was confused there.
But it was blow up, and I guess he started that sentence, and the teacher immediately called the cops because they thought he was threatening to blow up the school. But I would also say, with the speech impediment, he didn't say it altogether, and not cool, teacher.
Saying my main goal is to blow up should not be enough to prompt the teacher to do anything.
Unless you say the school. Right
yes,
after
if you say that, then 100% I get it. Call the cops.
Instead of calling the cops, maybe just follow up with him. What do you mean by blow up?
Mm-hmm.
Do you mean like blow up and become famous?
Sure.
Or do you mean blow up and the school becomes flat?
He doesn't sound like the token bad kid in school, just going from the voice. That's all I'm going
Hello, princess.
He doesn't seem like a big threat.
Kanalolak Young says his teacher at Colorado City Middle School misunderstood the meme he was quoting by a rapper named Riff Raff and thought he was threatening to blow up the school.
A teacher has said, you were going to do what? And I sprained and sorry.
I have a question. I just have to get this out there. Is this kid special?
No.
Because I'm wondering, I want to make fun of him really bad, but then I can't see him, so the potential for that to backfire is massive right now.
This is a hell of a speech impediment for a 6th grader. This is how you would expect.
There's a lot of adults with that speech impediment as well. Is it a speech impediment?
Yeah.
I'm not looking at this kid. If I'm looking at the kid, I can diagnose him.
But you can diagnose him by the way he looks, Sean?
Yes, I can tell you by the looks of people.
Well,
if they got a
rapper
thing
Riff
going
Raff
on.
left his comment, and he said it needs a producer to sample him retelling the story as an intro to the beat so he can be a feature on the song and blow him up so he can show the teacher what he was trying to say before he was interrupted.
Mm-hmm.
So we'll see how that all goes down, and I guess we'll see when we come back what Sean's diagnosis is.
I'm not saying diagnose necessarily, but I'm saying if I looked at a lineup of 100 kids and I had to point out the ones with developmental disorders, I think I could point them out.
I think he had a runny nose for that second part there.
He doesn't look like he has a developmental disorder.
It's just a really bad speech impediment because that's a rough one.
Yeah.
Leave him alone. He must be getting bullied in school anyways. This is
maybe
the
that's
least
why
of
the
his
teacher
worries.
thinks he wants to blow it up.
Seems like a blow up
We
kind of
can
kid.
dive into this at another time if you want. I mean, I'm Riff Raff reached out, so that's exciting for him.
Yeah.
We'll see if he, I don't think the court case is even happening because the teacher didn't let him finish his sentence. So all is well, right? On the boob tube, we've got the 21st season finale of The Bachelorette, Beat Shazam, first season finale of Quiz with Balls, and the 19th season finale of Hard Knocks. You can also catch the stand-up special, Phil Wang in there, baby, on Netflix. Follow your dreams at me on Instagram, at Sabrina Ambra. Most importantly, stay with me, America.
Smoke weed every day.
Thank you, Sabrina. When we return, I love the world of sports. We are very much in tune with the sports world around here. And I love nothing more than when a coach gets real upset about something that happened during the game. And we have a coach exploding for you to listen to. That is coming up next on the News Junkie.
Take us with you anywhere. Yep, even there. Follow Real Radio 104.1 on the free iHeart Radio app. Just please wash your hands when you're done.
From the Clausman Law Traffic Center, car crash, call Clausman Law. ClausmanLaw.com.
Watch out for an accident causing stop-and-go traffic on I-4 eastbound at South Street. Traffic is backed up from Michigan Street there. There's an accident on Kirkman Road southbound at State Road 408, blocking the left lane there. And there's a couple earlier accidents to keep an eye out for here. Florida's Turnpike southbound before I-4 and Bronson Memorial Highway westbound at Ponceata Boulevard. If you see traffic troubles, call the Valvoline Instant Oil Change Traffic Tip Line at 866-676-8477. From the Traffic Center, I'm James Birmingham.
This report is sponsored by Bank of America. Bank of America has powerful digital solutions for local and global businesses, so you can make every move matter. Visit bankofamerica.com/banking for business to learn more. Bank of America, N.A., copyright 2024.
This hour of Real Radio 104.1, sponsored by FloridaJobsNow.com, coming Wednesday, September 18th.
Win your way to our 2024 iHeart Radio Music Festival, presented by Capital One. September 20th and 21st.
T-Mobile Arena here in Las Vegas.
Streaming live only on Hulu.
Keep listening for your next chance to be there.
Listen for the keywords right here on Real Radio each weekday at 9 a.m., 1 p.m., and 5 p.m. This contest presented locally by Jersey Mike's. Be a sub above.
Guys, here in Central Florida, it is so important your air conditioner works perfectly every time. That's why I suggest a call to our friends at Mills Air. In business since 1992, that's 30 years of experience in keeping Central Florida nice and cool. And their techs are awesome. They can service any brand out there. Don't worry about what kind of AC you have. And Mills Air is a Carrier factory authorized dealer, which means up to $1,275 in rebates towards a brand new Carrier unit. You can always turn to the experts at Carrier, and you can always turn to family-owned and operated Mills Air. Call today and schedule your appointment. 407-277-1159. Online, millsair.com.
With 3 generations and over 45 years of Florida experience, Handyman Roofing knows storms and hurricanes. We know how to evaluate storm-damaged roofs and not cause more damage. Handyman Roofing has the expertise to get your roof done. Plus, easy financing in case your insurance company is dragging its feet. With multiple emergency response teams ready, Handyman Roofing will be by your side now when you need it the most.
Knows how to get things done. Count on Handyman Roofing to get it done. Handyman Roofing to get it done.
Millions of people are losing weight on semaglutide, the main ingredient in Ozempic. Are you ready to join the weight loss revolution? At Red Mountain Weight Loss, we can help with high-quality FDA-approved medications and the support of our licensed medical team. The doctors at Red Mountain have been at the forefront of medical weight loss for over 25 years. We offer meal plans to speed your progress and medical solutions for side effects or muscle loss, all for less than half the price of Ozempic. Trust your weight loss journey to a medical practice, not an online pharmacy. At Red Mountain Weight Loss, we offer quality semaglutide, medical supervision, and ongoing support, all for less than half the price of Ozempic. Go to redmountainweightloss.com or hit pound 250 on your phone, keyword Red Mountain Weight Loss. Full-strength semaglutide in stock and ready to ship today.
I'm Jeff Jr., founder and CEO of Trajan Wealth. I was born and raised in northern Wisconsin by both my father, who owned a small 10-lane bowling alley, and my mother, who was a nurse, who did her best caring for everyone in our small town. My parents stressed with me that if you were going to do anything, it needed to be done right or not done at all. I later joined the Marine Corps, where additional values were instilled. Values like honor, courage, and commitment. The motto of the Marine Corps, Semper Fi, which means always faithful. The best part of Trajan Wealth, our 100-plus employees who also embrace the exact same values. If your current financial advisor is more interested in selling you something or is more loyal to their own financial gain than yours, give us a call for a second opinion. We would be honored to hear from you. Call Trajan today at 407-213-0000. That's 407-213-0000.
Advisory services offered through Trajan Wealth, LLC, an SEC-registered investment advisor.
Men, if you're suffering from erectile dysfunction or PE, Premier Men's Medical Center will get your sex life back in just one visit. Their painless, breakthrough medical treatments eliminate ED and PE. Here's a specialist in men's health.
I'm Dr. Simovitz. Have Viagra or Cialis let you down? Premier Men's Medical Center offers the most effective treatments that eliminate ED and PE, with men lasting longer than ever. 98% of patients see instant results on their first visit.
Premier Men's Medical Center's breakthrough treatments will restore your sex life regardless of age or medical history. Your consultation and first treatment are free. Plus, you'll see instant results in the office. Plus, qualified patients will have their testosterone checked free. Call 407-337-5569. 407-337-5569. To regain your sex life in just one visit, call now. 407-337-5569.
Mommy, want to play a game with me and Dad?
Mommy's not feeling good.
You need to vaporize that cold.
Vaporize?
Yeah, with Dayquil VapoCool. It's Dayquil plus a rush of Vicks vapors.
Whoa.
Come on, honey. Let's let Mommy rest.
You guys are amazing. And so is Dayquil VapoCool.
Dayquil VapoCool, the vaporizing daytime coughing, aching, fever, power through your day medicine. And to vaporize sore throat pain, try Vicks VapoCool drops. Use as directed. Keep out of reach of children.
In life and recovery, every day is a little different. Embrace the good days, the not so good days, and the challenges, and acknowledge how you overcame them. Find the path to recovery that works for you. Learn more at cdc.gov/stopoverdose.
I'm Ultima Morgan. Every year, almost 30,000 babies in America are born with birth injuries. It's every parent's worst nightmare. If your child suffered a birth injury, please call our firm to find out if we can help.
Visit forthepeople.com for an office near you.
Hi, this is Earl Ron, president of New South Window. New South offers volume discounts for homeowners. The more you buy, the more you save. Our discounts start at the fourth window, and from there, the savings grow. New South can do this because we own our factory, and that's the power of Factory Direct. Visit us at newsouthwindow.com.
Discover the new Buick SUVs in stock now at orangebuickgmc.com. We are professional grade.
Broadcasting live from the injury law firm of Kaufman and Lind Studios. Why Kaufman and Lind? Find out at whenyouneedus.com or dial pound 546 on your cell phone. This is WTKS-FM HD1 Cocoa Beach, Orlando. Listen on your free iHeart Radio app for all your music, radio, and podcasts.
Now, your chance at $1,000 and a trip to our iHeart Radio Music Festival. Yeah! Text the nationwide keyword LUCKY to 200-200. You'll get a confirmation text and info, standard data, and message rates apply in this nationwide contest. That's LUCKY to 200-200. Radio.
The most viral newsroom on the planet is still humming along. This
And this coach freaking out. Don't forget, if you missed the show, get the podcast. The links are free and up for you right now. Visit thenewsjunkie.com to subscribe. We are going to get into this coach and his freak out. But first, the gender gap that I'm seeing in some of the polls on the presidential race is insane to me. When you dice up this data, like, for instance, there's a Washington Post ABC News poll that just came in as of about a week ago. And when you look at white women in this poll, white women, you see Trump up by 2%, right? So if you look at the head-to-head, Trump is just ahead by 2% with white women when you ask them who they're going to vote for in the election. That doesn't mean anything because the margin of error is 2%. So it's like within the margin of error. Statistically, it's a tie when you look at white women and who they're going to vote for across the country. White men, Trump is up 21%. He is 21%. Damn. So the gender divide is like absolutely massive right now between where women are politically and where men are. It's absolutely massive. And you see this all the way down to when you go to like high school kids nowadays. And the differences between the way men and women are feeling about this election and the candidates that they prefer are very obvious and stated. It's kind of interesting to see that dynamic playing out. None of this, of course, matters because a poll in September doesn't matter. It's what happens in November that truly matters. And things could rock back and forth 2, 3, 4 different times in that time period. So we'll keep an eye on it moving forward. There is a coach. His name is Brian Kelly, and he's from LSU. As we all know, LSU stands for
Louisiana State University.
Bingo! Nailed it. And nationally, they are ranked what position?
They're up there. Number 3.
13. 13. Yep, 13. And they took on the 23rd ranked Trojans, and I guess they were very upset about this loss. They took things very, very hard.
It was a tough weekend for college football, I saw.
Well, what else happened?
Especially if you're an FSU fan. Yeah, and UF. UF got their asses kicked by UM, from what I understand. I didn't watch the game. But
that's a big game, too. I can't believe I didn't see that out there.
The Seminoles were favored to win that game by 17 or 12 points, and Boston College beat them up. And then the UM-UF game, UF has won every homecoming game for like 30-something seasons.
Wow.
And they had the biggest margin of like how many points were over them in the history of UF. It was sad.
Channel that, and I guess that's what this Brian Kelly guy is going through. And he's angry at this press conference. By the way, our friend Mo DeWitt of the DeWitt Law Firm is with us here today. Hello, Moses.
Hello, Mr. Watson.
Hello.
There he is. Mo is hanging out with us. Mo, did you watch any of this football action this weekend?
Lots of football. Lots and lots of football.
I knew you were ready to go. Here he goes. Brian Kelly, let's see him upset about this.
And we're sitting here
again. We're sitting here again talking about the same things. About not finishing when you have an opponent.
For the record, pretty impressive when he slammed the table there. The water bottle hopped up. It was such a dramatic slam from this coach that he just sent that thing.
And we're sitting here.
It's got a cap on.
Again, we're sitting here again talking about the same things.
Water.
Dasani.
About not finishing when you have an opponent in a position to put them away. But what we're doing on the sideline is feeling like the game's over.
He's pissed.
And I'm so angry about it that I got to do something about it. I'm not doing a good enough job as a coach. And I got to coach him better because it's unacceptable for us not to have found a way to win this football game.
Oh, he's hard on himself, too, this guy.
But that's how he's talking in the press conference. Imagine that
locker room.
Next practice, y'all are running laps.
Yeah.
Burpees for days.
Is there a switch over when you go from high school to college, like I think there is, where in high school, if the coach was in the locker room and you caught the coach cursing, what the F are you doing out there? I got to see you guys bring more to the table. This was an effing embarrassing performance. Somebody might balk at that and say the coach is out of line. College they just say whatever they want. Right? I imagine in the locker room for college. But don't you think a teacher, if a teacher started cursing in a high school classroom, wouldn't they get in trouble?
A teacher, yes, sure, maybe. It depends.
But a coach?
But within unless you got a parent in there, and it's from when I played high school sports, that was just the given. That was part of the thing, is that the coach is cursed either in happiness or often in anger. But it wasn't where you ran to the principal and tattled on them.
No, I don't think that happens in a lot of cases, too. I mean, I had a teacher in middle school where the first day, I think he said the S word. He's like,
what is that?
Well, Moses, I'll have
Great
to tell you
question,
the break. It's a 4-letter word, starts with S. We'll
There's
go with
a mushroom named after it.
And so I remember being in this classroom. Mr. Brown was his name.
Oh, okay. That works.
Appropriate.
I believe he said, we're not going to have that type of S in my classroom. First day of school. Is yelling at all the students.
I'm going to tell my mom.
And then the second day of school, he's chill, and he never was like the jackass that you thought he was going to be. But I remember kind of people gasping in the classroom as he did that because you weren't supposed to curse as a teacher. But nobody ran to the office. Nobody tattled on him.
I had a couple teachers. I mean, a lot of them, I think, were coaches. Like there was a guy that filled in a couple days in our personal fitness class that would drop ass or something like that.
Hey.
He
drop ass. Drop some ass
it would
this
drop
weekend.
the word ass.
I was very confused.
It sounds like a thing.
As soon as it came out of my mouth and I didn't say acid, it still sounded like some sort of drug. He would say ass or something like that, or damn. He told a kid to quit pussyfooting around. That was something we never heard a teacher say before.
Whoa!
That's old, isn't it?
Yeah, it is.
But our football coach was also one of the deans at the school. So I don't think he could have gotten away with cursing at the kids like a different football coach would have.
See, our dean of discipline was also was the defense football coach. And
really?
Football coach for the defensive line, whatever. And he was cursing all the time. Mr. Rodriguez, all day.
In high school?
Fine.
In high school, this was happening?
Yeah.
Really?
If you hear that, he could curse at me any day, right?
Yes, he could. I know you're listening, baby.
All right, let's see what you got going on.
Not a gold star.
Not in my mind.
Let's work in Big Al, who has a dispatch about the Chimp Crazy show.
Happy 4-day week, guys.
Hey.
I watched that Chimp Crazy. Sean, it is sad. It's hard to watch. I had to turn it off in a couple spots. And I'm not going to give anything away, but it was, it's very hard to watch as their hands, their fingers, everything looks human about them.
I know, it's crazy.
A couple parts, they were hard to swallow, choked back some tears. Call me a wussy if you want, but at least I have a heart and I don't laugh at my girlfriend when she cries. Wiggle, wiggle, pop, pop.
Thanks,
All right,
wussy.
Thank you for your dispatch.
These are bullies. Grow up.
I really find the woman who is the main character in Chimp crazy. Have you seen this at all, Mo?
I have not.
Okay. It's on Netflix, question mark?
Max?
No, Max. It's on Max. Yeah, you're right. It's on Max. It's on Max, and it's about a lot of different people who own animals that they shouldn't own. But the main woman is one of these people that constantly does weird things and is very unaware of how weird she's being. And
there was one thing on TikTok where someone's like, y'all need to watch this. Her hair keeps getting bigger when the camera goes back to her.
Yeah. Her hair is wild. Just unruly is the word I would use for her hair, which is definitely a wig. And then there's one scene where the episode started and she had all this stuff on her lips and she didn't mention it at all. The documentary guy has to go, what's on your lips right now? And she was getting ready to get lip injections. So there's like some weird thing that she put on there.
The numbing stuff.
Yeah, and it just looks like a bunch of cottage cheese all over her lips.
Ew.
And the lady is just so socially strange. Email coming in. Anonymous.
The chimps love her, though.
Emails, tips@thenewsjunkie.com. It says, good afternoon, junkies. This is for Mo. Hey, Mo, I'm in a particular situation where I need 2 attorneys. One in the state I currently reside in and one in Florida. And unfortunately, I would be drained of all of my savings to do so. I was wondering,
good way to open up the email.
If you could possibly answer my question about custody. First question would be, I am currently temporarily living with relatives due to the last place giving residence to family. Now, here's the question. Should I pursue my own residence when filing for 50% custody prior? Also, do you give the News Junkie followers a slight discount? JK, but would you? Thank you for your time, he says. So he said, should I get my own place before I'm trying to get 50% custody?
Well, it depends. I mean, the court doesn't necessarily look to see if you have your own place. What they look for is the best interest of the child and whether the child has an appropriate setup for their age. So, for example, do they have their own room? Do they have their own bed? Will they have their own space? They don't care if it's, if you're living with your parents or you're living on your own. The question is, what's the environment for the child?
How do you prove that as the other person in the relationship? Do you have to document it? Do you have to, how would you prove, oh, my kid is not going to have a bed at that house?
What, they're not going to have a bed?
Yeah, so
if you're the other person.
You're the other parent, and let's say the mother of my child has a setup where he's not going to have a bedroom and not going to have a bed. Would I have to get the kid to go undercover and take some photos?
Well, I mean, usually the child may say that, and if you're co-parenting properly, you probably have conversations about, hey, what's the child's setup here? We want the child to be successful at both homes. Now, people may lie about that. If they get caught lying, then that could be bad. But in a case like that, you probably call the parents, who live in the house, and hopefully not everybody's going to lie under oath. So,
would they call the kid ever?
In rare cases, it depends on the kid's age and maturity, but it's different when a kid testifies. Basically, it's just the kid and the judge in a room privately, usually with a court reporter, and there's no attorneys there.
Okay,
all right. The judge just kind of has a conversation
There
with
was
the child.
one I saw, and it was from a few years ago, where this little, 5 or 6 year old, he witnessed his mother drowning his little sister.
My God.
And it seemed like the courtroom was there. And he was just it was heartbreaking. And of course, I watched the whole thing because I'm a sicko.
Well, that's a little different than a custody case, though. And typically in custody cases, they don't want the child basically having to choose between each parent. So
but in a murder case, they could actually call a little kid.
They could, yeah.
God.
And he had to point to his mom, and he also had that cute little kid accent.
Oh.
Yeah, I mean, in child abuse cases and molestation cases, a lot of times that's a very difficult witness because you have to put the child on the stand and they have to explain what happened.
Why couldn't they do that in video, though?
Well, they can in certain circumstances. It depends on the situation.
As an attorney, if you're the attorney where this kid was going to be testifying and it was part of your case, do you have to really question whether or not you want to do that? Maybe the jurors might look at you bad if you put.
Well, you have to be careful. You don't want to come across too aggressive to the child.
Yeah.
Especially if you're adverse to the child, you don't want to be yelling and screaming at this
Where
kid.
were you?
Right. There's an appropriate way to do it.
Isn't it true? Yeah.
And for the listener, just so you know, Little Mo will represent you for half off.
That's perfect. Okay, we're going to take a quick break. When we come back, we'll hear
I'm imagining that now.
We'll hear from more of you. We'll also get to, I guess, a member of the Trump family has dropped an album, and there's a lot of discussion.
What?
Yeah, I was kind of surprised by this, too. I didn't know that there were musicians in the family, but there are, and I want to take a listen to it and see just how good or bad it is.
Trick Daddy Trump.
Trick Daddy Trump. Courtney had no idea who Trick Daddy was when he came on the radio this weekend.
What?
She goes, "Oh, this is a really good song." And I go,
"What song was it?"
Yeah.
It was
Take It to the House, probably.
Yes, it was Take It to the House. It's exactly what it was.
Boom, baby.
She goes, "I've never heard this before. This is a really catchy song." I go, "You've never heard of Trick Daddy?
Get
You
out
never,
of my car.
you never heard of Take It to the House? That was a huge song. So much so that I think the senior class, one of the senior classes in my high school was like their senior class shirt said, "Seniors don't play, we take it to the house."
When did that come out, though? When
Particular story.
He was born in 1973.
Also, I'm a Thug.
Oh, yeah.
I don't know.
That was his album because the internet was just starting to come around.
2000.
His album was called www.thug.com. Everything was about the internet at the time.
That's networking before social media.
So I guess Courtney would have been only like 6 or 7 years old. So she's not tuned into Trick Daddy. And she thought it was something new.
At 8 years old, apparently.
Oh,
But then
man.
again, I grew up in Miami.
Yeah, Trick Daddy was really big in South Florida. So was all of the 2 Live Crew stuff, and that kind of music was really big down there.
So 69 Boys, is it 69 Boys or 95 South, or both of them, are going to be opening for the UCF football game.
Are they really?
At the end of the month.
Those are both the bands that do Woot and Whoop. There it is, correct?
No.
No?
Your tag team is the other one.
Oh, it is. Okay. Yeah, you're right. Like right around the same time.
Who are the Roll?
Yeah.
And it's pretty much just ass shaking the entire time. So as an alumni, I will be there.
I think 69 Boys are from Orlando.
Are they really?
I think so.
And immediately after that, another song came on. She's like, "Is this for real?" And I guess she had not heard the song "Doo Doo Brown." And
Courtney,
she was like,
we're having a girls' day in which we watch horror movies, and we're gonna listen to booty music, so we never have to have this conversation again.
There was a while there where it was all about Dookie Brown and Tootsie Rolls and all of the different
And
things.
pumping that pee.
Yeah, it was pretty wild there for a while. Good time.
Now imagine 8-year-old Sabrina doing all of that.
Yeah, and not injuring yourself. Not injuring yourself like you did as an
whatever.
adult.
One time it was slippery stairs.
You got to watch out. You got to be careful for that. When we come back, we'll get to this Trump singer and see how it is. We'll all together take a peek. We've got another story about an HOA that we have to dive into and a whole lot more. Don't miss out. Plus, we're going to do jury duty with Mo DeWitt and talk about the Mo Comedy Jam, which is coming up real soon. That is coming up next on the News Junkie.
Real radio. It is.
The Monsters in the Morning.
And I'm driving her nuts, so I got to stop.
But doesn't she just love grabbing onto your fatty areas?
Damn, Daisy. I thought you were my buddy.
The Monsters in the Morning.
Real radio 104.1.
Multiple lanes are blocked on I-4 eastbound due to an accident at South Street. Traffic is backed up from Michigan Street there. There's a couple earlier accidents to keep an eye out for here on Bronson Memorial Highway westbound at Ponciata Boulevard. Florida's Turnpike southbound before I-4. The left lane is blocked on Kirkman Road southbound at State Road 408 there. If you see traffic troubles, call the Valvoline Instant Oil Change Traffic Tip Line at 866-676-8477. From the Traffic Center, I'm James Birmingham.
This report is sponsored by Mattress Firm. It's Mattress Firm's best sale of the year. Get a Sleepy's Queen mattress at the lowest price ever, just $89.99. Offer ends Tuesday. In-store pickup only. Hurry and stop by Mattress Firm during their Labor Day sale.
Our 2024 iHeart Radio Music Festival, presented by Capital One.
Just added to the superstar lineup.
The Weeknd. And a special performance by Coldplay's Chris Martin.
Joining a weekend of headliners.
A$AP Rocky. Big Sean.
Camila Cabello. Doja Cat. Dua Lipa. Gwen Stefani. Halsey.
Hosier. Keith Urban.
New Kids on the Block. Paramore.
The Black Crowes. Thomas Rhett.
Victoria Monet.
At T-Mobile Arena, Las Vegas.
Streaming live only on Hulu.
Get your tickets now at AXS.com.
It's happening at pharmacies all across America. Older Americans keep asking, where are the lower prices on prescription drugs Joe Biden and Kamala Harris keep taking credit for? First, Harris cast the deciding vote for the Inflation Reduction Act, promising to lower drug prices. Then the Biden-Harris administration used the money from Medicare to bankroll their liberal green agenda. That's right. Instead of savings, seniors got a 20% premium increase, restrictions on access to medicine, and fewer cures. Now, liberals want to expand this Biden-Harris scheme that is already hurting seniors. Thankfully, Senator Rick Scott has always fought to protect Medicare drug coverage. Call him at 202-224-3121. Urge him to keep fighting for affordable drug coverage by opposing S-1246. Paid for by Seniors for Better Care.
It's the Marketer's Report. Today, Capital One's Chief Brand Officer, Mark Mentry, weighs in on building loyalty with customers.
Capital One has really worked to create amazing access moments for our customers. We will do sound check parties so that only Capital One cardholders can get access to, and we can't pull that off without iHeart.
As the #1 audio company, iHeartMedia gives marketers access to the audiences, insights, and data you need to grow. If you're a marketer, go to iHeartResults.com.
A noisy garage door is a cry for help that often requires only simple maintenance. Hi, I'm Tommy Mello from A1 Garage Door Service. Don't wait until a simple garage door repair becomes a major problem. We fix garage doors fast and with quality parts designed to last a lifetime. Replacing the bottom rubber on your garage door can have a huge impact on the number of bugs you see in your garage and in your home. Call A1 Garage today and receive the best service, best parts, and best warranty in the industry.
A1 from day one. You know the biggest hassle with selling your home with the Nicki Group? Figuring out where to put the sofa in your new home, because your old home won't be on the market for long. TNG listings sell 2 times faster and for an average of 6% more. Why wait around hoping your home will sell in time for you to move into your new place? Trust the experts at the Nicki Group with Keller Williams Realty to get your home listed, shown, and sold. Get a guaranteed cash offer on your home today at thenicklygroup.com.
Is it a cold, allergies, or could it be a sinus issue? Aspire Allergy and Sinus can help you find out. A recent study has shown that 45% of patients who suffer from allergies also suffer from chronic sinus issues that are often left untreated. So ditch those nasal sprays and over-the-counter meds for good and find a solution that actually works. The specialists at Aspire Allergy and Sinus make it easy by identifying the problem and creating a custom plan to tackle it. Go to aspireallergy.com to schedule your appointment. That's aspireallergy.com.
Sunnyside Plumbing.
Yes, I've got a leaking...
To leave us a testimonial saying how happy you are with our service, press 1.
But you haven't even...
For all other inquiries, please hang up.
Wait, what?
Hang up and call Frank Gay. We're busy watching the game.
You know what? I think I will.
When you have a leak, you need solutions on your schedule. A helpful expert who can find the problem and fix it fast.
That's the Frank Gay way.
FrankGayServices.com.
Christopher Chambers enlisted in the U.S. Navy and later graduated from SEAL training. He was conducting a nighttime raid on a ship that was illegally transporting advanced lethal aid from Iran to Houthi forces in Yemen when he died in the line of duty. Christopher was 37 years old. The Tunnel to Towers Foundation provided Christopher's wife and young daughter with a mortgage-free home. Help America's heroes and their families. Donate $11 a month to Tunnel to Towers at T2T.org. That's T2T.org.
Hi, this is Earl Ron. New South Window lives southern weather, and our Energy Star windows and doors are designed to keep the heat out and the cool air in. Get New South proud.
Going on now. Buy more and save more on all New South products. Volume discounts up to 30% off.
Mom, meet Sarah.
From first time Nana moments.
Yeah, welcome to Flight 101.
To annual girls trip moments. Your can't miss moments are worth protecting against RSV. If you're 75 or older or 60 plus with a chronic condition like asthma, COPD, heart disease, or severe diabetes, you're at higher risk of landing in the hospital from RSV. And there are no prescription RSV treatments. Check eligibility and schedule your RSV vaccine at vaxassist.com.
So where should we go next?
Sponsored by Pfizer.
Mills Air in business since 1992. That's over 30 years here in Central Florida. They're not going anywhere. Carrier factory authorized dealer. You can always turn to the experts at Carrier. Equipment changeouts and upgrades right now with up to $1,275 in rebates. Visit millsair.com.
Kickoff is almost here, and iHeart is the official home of the NFL Podcast Network, featuring podcasts like NFL Daily with Greg Rosenthal.
Packing it with so much goodness. Chock full of info.
And tons of fantasy football podcasts with expert advice for you to win your fantasy league. It's the best part of the season. Your team is undefeated and anything is possible. Take the iHeart Radio app and the NFL with you right in your pocket. Open the free iHeart app, search NFL, and start listening now.
We are professional grade at Orange Buick GMC. Online at orangebuickgmc.com.
Now, your chance at $1,000 and a trip to our iHeartRadio Music Festival. Yeah! Text the nationwide keyword LUCKY to 200-200. You'll get a confirmation text and info. Standard data and message rates apply in this nationwide contest. That's LUCKY to 200-200.
Radio 104.1.
Send us a dispatch and join the ranks of the great 5%ers.
So got jury duty on the way in just a bit, so stick with us for that. And all your emails to tips@thenewsjunkie.com. I was telling you, one of the members of the Trump family, I guess, dropped an album. I did not know that this was going to be a thing. I don't even know much about Laura Trump. Lara, Laura Trump is her name.
Sister?
I don't know. Look her up. See what you can find about her. Where is she at in this family tree? But she released a new track, and it's not going super well.
I saw a clip. Is she like RNC co-chair or something like that?
Maybe. I'm not sure, honestly.
It was a staircase
she
in
is
the music video.
Yeah, she's a RNC co-chair.
Yeah.
Okay.
She's married to Eric Trump.
Okay, that's who she is. I was trying to figure out where she comes from. Is this it? There's so many different versions of this online.
These headlines are rough. Laura Trump singing brutally roasted on social media. Laura Trump is still trying to make her music career happen. Laura Trump off for abominable music video.
I want to give her a shot. Here's one of the clips from this. Let's see what she sounds like.
Without your bravery, we're all out of luck.
Yep, this is it.
No, this can't be denied. You gotta be special.
That's a lot of auto-tune.
Sure is.
Yeah.
Also, bottom left corner, holding on to the wall. My favorite part so far.
She's bracing herself for the impact.
It takes a lot to put you last and everybody first.
This is not great right off the jump here, but somebody has. It's been remixed in so many different ways.
Oh, okay.
Very
one of the ones GPT lyrics.
I wanted to show you was, let's see. People are not being very kind. Here is one of the versions where they've done a little editing to the track. Let me bring this up here. So
some of the people are going like, how dare you mock Laura Trump? That song was dedicated to firefighters.
What does that matter? I don't care what the song's dedicated to.
No, but people think that if you go after her for bad singing, that's one thing. But if you're doing it for a song that's got a cause, then you're somehow a worse person. I'm like, no, you're not. No, the singing still sucks.
If your 9/11 song sucks, I'm still going to tell you your 9/11 song sucks. It doesn't matter what the topic is, but this is kind of mean right here.
Without your bravery, we're all out of luck.
It worked in the goat. The viral goat made an appearance. This is supposedly them stripping away the auto-tune for Laura Trump.
Oh, is that a thing, huh?
I didn't even know you could do that, but AI allows you. Let's see.
Here's the premiere of my new song, Hero, brought to you today for the first time without auto-tune.
Yeah, that's definitely it.
Without your bravery, we're all out of luck. No, this can't be denied.
No. The goat's still in it, though. I still heard auto-tune on that one. People are not being
they're just
kind.
turning it to the different, to an off-key.
So
it's better than I could sing, but it's only better than I could sing because it's got auto-tune.
Right, but so when you use auto-tune, and you could see that with the video I did to promote the upcoming Just Call Mo Comedy Jam.
Mm-hmm.
And if you have a tune to you and you're still using auto-tune, you have to manipulate it. Now, if you sing very badly, it is so much work in post to find all the auto-tuning that is needed to make it sound decent.
Right.
If you're using it in a live mic, then you can, make it sound good without too much work. It's just.
I see what you're saying. Yeah. If you're in real time applying the auto tune, you can ride with it and make it like an instrument almost. Afterwards, it's a little clunky, I think. The official music video has 103,000 views, though. Not bad. Oh, yeah. Okay. Yeah, you're right. It's about firefighters. I got firefighters leaving the fire station here.
You give your life just to save another life.
Why
no, this can't be a job.
I think this is somebody else. This is Madeline James singing with her.
That's a girl with the wall.
Oh, yeah, it is.
Yours for someone you don't even know. This can't be a talent.
Oh, yeah. Is she famous? No. Why is anybody doing this?
I mean, thank you, firefighters, for all that you do. I'm just wondering what the tie-in.
I mean, it seems
Firefighters Month?
I know you for one thing, and when you do another thing, I'm always a little skeptical. When I see Johnny Depp bringing out his guitar, I'm like, oh, God. All right, everybody. For the next 45 minutes, we have to we got to pretend like we like Johnny Depp playing guitar. We don't just want him to do the pirate thing right now. This is what happens with celebrities a lot. And who else does that? The guy
Moses has that puppet.
Who's the guy who almost died because that machine rolled over him?
Actor guy.
Jeremy something?
Renner.
Jeremy Renner does that too. They said he used to have people come over all the time. And they go, oh, my God, it's so cool to meet you, Jeremy Renner. It's so cool to be in your house. And he'd go, oh, you a big fan? What movies do you like? And when they'd be talking, he'd go, you got to come over to the piano. And all he wanted to do was play music for these people and sing songs. And you're thinking to yourself, that's not what I know you for. Can you do the other thing? Do the thing that you do on the big screen for me, please. She, I think, is just better in the political world. Laura Trump. Good try, though. Yeah, he gave it a shot, and that's what it's all about. We'll get to your dispatches here in just a moment. Somebody's saying we're screwing up a name here. The first dispatch from Muffmouth. Hi.
This is my first dispatch on the newsjunkie.com. And I was doing it the old school way through the app, but my dispatches weren't getting played. So I thought I would try it this way.
Okay.
And,
this is fascinating.
Yeah.
Help you out, Sean. It's pronounced Almodovar.
Almodovar? Who is it? The woman that's in the song with Laura Trump? I don't know what he's talking about. Who's Almodovar?
Somebody earlier.
Okay.
All right. Thank you for that, Muffmouth. Maybe that's why I wasn't playing your dispatches for a while. We may have stumbled upon the reason. We'll do one more. Here's Surf Nazi.
The old basketball coach I had from 6th to 8th grade in a Catholic school used to cuss like a drunken sailor.
All right. Thank you, Surf Nazi. You guys are a little strange on a Tuesday here. We need you to zap it up a little bit. Let's see if Big Al can bring up the energy.
Wow. Thanks for making me cry again, C-Lane and Sean.
We called him a
Love
wussy.
you, Sabrina.
Oh, it's the second time around for him. All right. When we return, we're going to get into jury duty with Moses DeWitt. We are going to talk about the Mo Comedy Jam. And I want to discuss something that's in the news about legal stuff. And this is about kids who are trying to wear something in particular to high school, as school is back in session now. And a court has told them, you can't. You cannot wear this to school. What is it? We're going to find out together. That is coming up next on the News Junkie.
They won't tell you this, but your pets are pretty lonely when you leave. No worries. We'll keep them company. Just say, Alexa, play Real Radio 104.1 on iHeart Radio.
This is Chris Broussard. Here's what's trending from the iHeart Sports Network.
Presented by Paramount Plus.
The 49ers got two big pieces back for week one. Star receiver Brandon Ayuk and now all-pro left tackle Trent Williams. It's a huge year for San Francisco. Similar to the Jets, there's been a lot of noise, plenty of baggage, a lot of talent, no trophies, however. The stakes in San Francisco at an all-time high, and it all kicks off on Monday night. I'm Colin Cowherd.
Paramount Plus is once again your home to stream the NFL on CBS all season long. Follow all the exciting on-field action and stream your live local NFL on CBS game every Sunday all the way through the AFC Championship. So sign up, sign in, and start streaming Paramount Plus today.
Folks, absolutely love this company. They are really great, and they're going to help you out in a time of need. That time of need is when the air conditioning in your house is not working. It's not working the way it's supposed to, and you're not getting the cold air that you deserve after a hard day's work. You could get a little scared when that happens. You start seeing dollar signs flash in front of your eyes, and maybe you're not doing that well in terms of the old bank account, but you're in good hands with Mills Air. One thing they have is financing for basically anybody out there. So if you have an emergency and you have to get a new AC, they can make it work for you. The other thing is they can get you huge rebates at Mills Air. They can get you up to $1,275 in rebates toward a brand new Carrier unit. You could always turn to the experts at Carrier, and you could always turn to family-owned and operated Mills Air. Reach out to them and ask them about their preventative maintenance program to spot these issues before they happen, before you have a breakdown. It's 407-277-1159. That's 407-277-1159, or find them online at millsair.com.
I'm John Morgan of Morgan & Morgan. When an injured worker left me a message that said, "You probably won't call me back, I'm just a nobody," I called him right back. Nobody's a nobody, and no one deserves a better firm than you.
He calls to tell me that he's been in an accident, and I'm just scared to death.
I couldn't have hoped for anybody better than Morgan & Morgan. It makes you feel like you're worth something.
It really did feel like family.
Injured? Visit forthepeople.com for an office near you.
Mom, meet Sarah.
From first-time Nana moments.
Yeah, welcome to Flight 101.
To annual girls trip moments. Your can't-miss moments are worth protecting against RSV. If you're 75 or older or 60 plus with a chronic condition like asthma, COPD, heart disease, or severe diabetes, you're at higher risk of landing in the hospital from RSV. And there are no prescription RSV treatments. Check eligibility and schedule your RSV vaccine at vaxassist.com.
So where should we go next?
Sponsored by Pfizer.
Mommy, want to play a game with me and Dad?
Mommy's not feeling good.
You need to vaporize that cold.
Vaporize?
Yeah, with Dayquil VapoCool. It's Dayquil plus a rush of Vicks vapors.
Whoa.
Come on, honey. Let's let Mommy rest.
You guys are amazing. And so is Dayquil VapoCool.
Dayquil VapoCool, the vaporizing daytime coughing, aching, fever, power through your day medicine. And to vaporize sore throat pain, try Vicks VapoCool drops. Use as directed. Keep out of reach of children.
Ready to upgrade your home with energy-efficient windows and doors? This September, don't miss out on Renewal by Andersen's exclusive sale. For a limited time, buy one, get one 40% off replacement windows and patio doors, plus 0 down, 0 payments, and 0% interest for 18 months. Their custom-made windows and doors are designed to keep your home comfortable year-round and reduce your energy bills. But hurry, this offer ends soon. Visit bestwindowsflorida.com to schedule your free consultation. Don't just take my word for it, though. Here's what Lisa had to say when she left a review August 12th on Google. "We were very pleased with the service we received from Renewal by Andersen. From start to finish, they communicated with us the status of our order. When it came to the install, Thomas and his crew were extremely courteous and professional. They worked hard and answered any questions we had. I highly recommend Renewal by Andersen. You won't be disappointed." Official partner of the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. License number CGC 1527613.
Men, if you're suffering from erectile dysfunction or PE, Premier Men's Medical Center will get your sex life back in just one visit. Their painless, breakthrough medical treatments eliminate ED and PE. Here's a specialist in men's health.
I'm Dr. Simovitz. Have Viagra or Cialis let you down? Premier Men's Medical Center offers the most effective treatments that eliminate ED and PE, with men lasting longer than ever. 98% of patients see instant results on their first visit.
Premier Men's Medical Center's breakthrough treatments will restore your sex life regardless of age or medical history. Your consultation and first treatment are free. Plus, you'll see instant results in the office. Plus, qualified patients will have their testosterone checked free. Call 407-337-5569. 407-337-5569. To regain your sex life in just one visit, call now. 407-337-5569.
Now your ideas don't have to wait. Dell Technologies and Intel are pushing what technology can do, so great ideas can happen right now. Bring your ideas to life at Dell.com. Welcome to now.
This earful of real radio is brought to you by JustCallMo.com. Injured on the go? JustCallMo.com.
Real Radio is on Threads at Real Radio 1041. Sponsored by the law offices of Anajar and Levine Accident Attorneys. Have you been in an accident? Call the law offices of Anajar and Levine at 1-800-747-FREE.
That's 1-800-747-3733.
Real, your Group 10, Radio 1041.
Send him your tips and your deepest, darkest secrets. Email tips at the
of the DeWitt Law Firm. We'll get into that momentarily. Don't forget, if you miss any of the show, the podcast is available. Find that for yourself and all the links over at thenewsjunkie.com. If you make a bet, I think you should stick to that bet. You made a promise to people, and you should really do it. And C-Lane was talking about how rough it was for some of these teams during football this weekend. One fan is in a real tough spot with that because here was the tweet that this person put online. He said, if Florida State loses... No. You can see where this is going.
No. Show me the aftermath.
It says, if Florida State loses to BC this weekend, I will eat dog S out of a red Solo cup with a spoon and post a video of me doing it. Book it. He said. And let's take a look.
Where can you even stream that?
Let's take a look at where he is now. This gentleman has deleted his account over on Twitter.
But the internet's so powerful. How
that's a binding
much
contract.
Yeah, it is. It seems like it would be, Moses.
Someone's mailing him dog poop. Are they not?
I think they even mentioned it on one of the TV shows this weekend.
Yeah.
Team's down, that's understandable. They're not down as bad as that dude on the internet who said he'd eat dog poop out of a Solo cup. But then you think you just get to delete your account, and the internet ain't going to forget that, buddy. You don't get to just keep it moving and get a new name or something. People are going to find you. That's how that works.
That's ESPN talking about that. So good luck, sir. When you make a bet like that online, it's probably going to stick around with you for at least a little while. Let's get into things. Here we go. It's time to do it. Let's do jury duty.
Court is now in session, so put your phone down and pay attention before we call the bailiff over to whip your ass. You're now on jury duty with the News Junkie.
Jury duty brought to you by the one, the only Mo DeWitt of the DeWitt Law Firm. Moses, don't mind C-Lane. He's just...
That's a fancy lighting tricks there.
C-Lane's just playing with some toys over there. That's why the lights are flickering to the studio.
There's nothing wrong with playing with toys, all right, guys? You just say it like I'm some sort of child.
No, it's fine. It's fine. I love it. I love it. So, jury duty brought to you by Mo DeWitt of the DeWitt Law Firm. Injured on the go? Just call Mo. 866-CALL-MO, 866-CALL-MO, or go to justcallmo.com. After an accident, there's lots of attorneys out there, but honestly, a lot of them aren't going to really give you the time of day. They're going to treat you like another number or just an item in a spreadsheet. Moses DeWitt is
They may not have a puppet.
They may not have a puppet, which is a disqualifier for me. I'm not going to even deal with that. But Moses is the guy who's going to step up to the plate and fight the insurance companies for you. Don't feel bad about going after them. They never feel bad about taking your money. And if you deserve more, it's time for you to go to 866-CALL-MO on your phone or justcallmo.com on the web. All right, Mo. There was a judge, a federal judge, who has upheld a ban from a school on particular types of shirts. And I didn't know this was still a thing, but maybe it just took this long to get to this high in the courts. And the judge said the school is allowed to ban the Let's Go Brandon shirts that kids were wearing to this classroom. I was kind of amazed that it had gone this far, because even if you don't make the argument about profanity, because you say, well, when they're wearing Let's Go Brandon, it really means F Joe Biden. Right. Even if you don't do that, the school is allowed, public or not, to have a dress code, right?
Sure.
And could a school not say, we're not going to have any political messages on our shirt?
Well, I think that's probably where they're going, is it's infringing on your freedom of speech and your freedom of political speech. And so I haven't read the lawsuit, but I assume that was what they kind of hung their hat on,
right?
And argued, even though technically what it means is profane, it would probably be prohibited by the dress code that's already in place. And I would assume that's what the court probably latched on to.
Yeah, the court said that even though the First Amendment gives a high school student the right to do some things, it doesn't give you a right to do whatever you want. It's long been held that despite the sanctity of the First Amendment, speech that is vulgar or profane is not entitled to absolute constitutional protection. And it said if schools can prohibit students from wearing apparel that contains profanity, schools can also prohibit students from wearing apparel that can be reasonably interpreted as profane. There was one example was a shirt that said, "Somebody went to the Hoover Dam and all I got was this damn shirt." Man.
I want that.
They should allow that shirt.
It said, there was another shirt that said "Fet's Luck" on the front of it, which I think you could see where that is probably going.
Oh, remember the shirt that I got from, was it New Zealand?
Mm-hmm.
And their capital is NT. Like it stands for NT.
Oh yeah, see you in the NT.
Yeah.
Yes, yeah. That was big for a little while.
Big controversy and a great pajama shirt.
And somebody else had a shirt that said LMFAO, and it said because that was connected to a curse word, they can't have that. Or AITH, which does anybody know what that stands for?
Am I the asshole?
That's correct. So even see you next Tuesday. They said they're allowed to have rules on a reasonable interpretation of whether or not it's profane.
All of those, for the most part, are much closer to profanity. All I got is this damn shirt, whether the N is there or not. They're much closer to profanity than "Let's Go Brandon." I think this is stupid.
Well, hold on. When you say "Let's Go Brandon," we'd have to get into the nitty-gritty of what you're actually saying. Because it comes from a moment at a NASCAR race
where everybody was saying F Joe Biden.
Everybody was saying was F Joe Biden, and the reporter said, all the people in the crowd are cheering, "Let's go Brandon." And that's not what they were cheering. And it became a merch meme, and it exploded all over the place. So when you say "Let's go Brandon," is it reasonable to assume you're saying F Joe Biden? And if it is, then wouldn't that be the same as LMFAO?
Yeah.
I mean, it seems like it would to me. I don't think kids should be wearing political stuff at school. I don't know how that take will float out there, but I don't like kids at school wearing anything political. There's enough that divides kids at school. You have enough that you're going through when you're in middle school or high school that separates people and causes them to fight over things. I think they should just stay away from all the political stuff to begin with.
That's hard to do now. I mean, this is also a generation in which they're inundated by politics. When we were growing up, it was not the case.
Yeah.
Now it's like, I feel like it's a way of life these last 10, 15 years.
I can't remember in middle school or high school a single kid being political at my schools.
No, all we had was like the mock election day.
Uh-huh.
Mocking. I don't know how to continue that, but I want to now. But that was like kind of teaching us how the process worked. It was never any kids getting in fights at recess because somebody wanted Clinton and the other person wanted Bush.
Yeah, and it wasn't as divisive then, I don't think, at least not in that point in time. Now I think if some kid comes to school with a Joe Biden shirt and some kid comes to school with the Trump shirt, the odds that that's going to cause some sort of issue are too high. I don't think I need to be involved in that. I get it that it's high school kids and they're going to be able to vote soon, but it just does. What's the net positive? What are we getting out of this? It's positive. Meanwhile, speaking of politics,
all you're getting is this damn shirt.
Now I want that shirt. Speaking of politics, this is a story that comes up all the time, Moses. We've talked about this so many times. There's a legal back and forth now about the Isaac Hayes estate and the song "Hold On, I'm Coming," which is a song by Sam and Dave.
Okay.
That Isaac Hayes was involved in the writing of. And at first, Isaac Hayes' son was posting online and said, "I want Trump to stop playing my song at his rallies. And if he doesn't do so, I'm going to sue him." And then I guess Trump kept playing the song. And then he sent over a lawsuit. A lawsuit was started. And then the Trump attorneys said, "We don't even think that Isaac Hayes Jr. has the rights to this 'Hold On, I'm Coming' song," and that the actual rights holders have told us they're fine with us playing it. The latest that I saw on this was, here we go, A federal judge has ruled former President Donald Trump and his campaign must pause on using the song Hold On, I'm Coming. The decision came after the estate of the late R&B artist and songwriter Isaac Hayes sought an emergency injunction to stop the Trump campaign from using the song at campaign events, alleging the campaign does not have approval. And it's kind of complicated how this all works, but best I know, Celine, you might remember some of this stuff too.
Mm-hmm.
You don't have to get, as a person or a performer, you don't have to get a license to use music when you do this. The venue is usually where the license comes from. And the different venues that you go to would have
whoever's putting on the production, takes care of the BMI or ASCAP fees.
So it's like, Celine, if you were playing at a bar,
yes,
if they were following all the rules, the bar would pay BMI and ASCAP, and that would cover the majority of songs that you might perform in that venue.
Correct. And there have been, and this is, I mean, it's so hard to enforce and it's so annoying to the band, but there have been venues who purposely don't pay the fees, and then there'll be a sign on the stage that said, hey, you can't play any of this music. And you're like, I mean, this is not the music that I used to play, not my old gig where it was definitely a cover band. This was a place where local bands would play, or smaller bands, back in the day, Back Booth, but this wasn't the place that did it. But a similar venue to that, I've seen signs where they're like, no, you can't play any copywritten music, anything that's not yours.
Yeah, I just wonder, how does he go after the Trump campaign? Can't they just say...
Did they use it in a, advertisement?
Not as far as I know. Just, how they keep playing them before he goes up on stage, and they're hyping the crowd up with those kind of songs. Can't they say why are you suing us? The venue is the one who has the license for this. Go after them if you want to.
Well, I would assume it depends on who's putting on the event. But the real question here is, does he actually have the rights? Because if he doesn't have the rights, he doesn't have standing. He can make an argument that, it goes against his family's beliefs or his family's interest or whatever. But unless he owns the rights, he has no leg to stand on.
Yeah, I saw that the rights were sold a couple of times, I think.
Yeah, which is pretty standard.
Yeah, and it gets complicated where you watch the transfer of ownership with music like that. But the federal judge saying you got to stop here, does that mean that the judge believes there's merit to the claim? Or is the judge simply saying, okay, we have a lawsuit. In the meantime, stop using this song and we'll sort out whether or not you're allowed to play it.
So typically, if you're going to get a temporary injunction like that, the judge has to find that the claim has merit as one of the elements in granting the injunction. So they must believe that there's some sort of merit here in order to have the injunction issued.
So you can read into that a little bit.
A little bit, yeah.
Yeah, because if the judge,
at least under Florida law, this whatever state this is could be a little different, but at least under Florida law,
which I don't know where this actually happened.
It was a federal judge.
Yeah, it was a federal judge. A 23-page filing. They said Hayes' estate failed to meet any of the well-established requirements on which the extraordinary relief of a preliminary injunction must be grounded. But it sounds like the judge did not agree with the Trump administration's lawyers or the Trump lawyers.
I guess so. You're the one reading the story.
I'm curious here because it says that Judge Thomas Thrash, the U.S. District Court for the Northern District of Georgia, so that's where this was.
Yeah, but it would be federal law, you're right.
Right, but issued the temporary injunction blocking further use of the song, quote, without proper license, unquote, which means they haven't even really blocked them from using the song if they get the proper license. Is the argument being made that maybe they're not obtaining that?
Well, it sounds like they didn't even get to the actual merits over this lawsuit. They basically just said, we're going to go to element one. You don't have the license for it. Until you get the license, you can't even use it. So that's the end of discussion at this point in time.
Yeah, they said the complaint alleges 134 total counts of copyright infringement and demands Trump make good on the unpaid licensing fees, which equate to $150,000 per unauthorized performance. So if I'm reading that right, $150,000, $150,000 times 134 total counts. It was a whole lot of money piling up. The Trump campaign says Hayes' estate has not even made a prima facie, how do I say that, Mo?
Prima
facie, showing that they own the copyrighted issue. Following a number of transactions over the decades during which the rights to Hold On, I'm Coming were held or purchased by various publishers, they ended up being split between Universal Music Group Publishing, which owns the majority of the rights, and Warner Chappell Music Publishing. For this reason, all licensing and commerce of Hold On, I'm Coming, including for commercials, movies, blah, 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 is by those two outlets. So we'll see what happens with that case. He's trying to fight. He's going much further than a lot of these other artists actually would. And we'll see if the judge agrees with him. And when we come back, we'll hear from you, and we're going to talk about it. The Mo Comedy Jam that is coming up this week. We'll give you the heads up on everything that's going down, and you'll get one of your last opportunities to snag some tickets to this big event this week that you don't want to miss out on. That is coming up next on the News Junkie.
Smell that? It's almost football season. Hear the Tampa Bay Buccaneers all season here on Real Radio 104.1, courtesy of Renewal by Anderson, official partner of the Tampa Bay Bucks.
From the Goldsmith Jewelry Shop Traffic Center, shop the best quality jewelry and lowest price. GoldsmithJewelry.com.
There's slowdowns at the intersection where Vine Street meets John Young Parkway and off-ramp back up from the Greenway southbound to Colonial Drive there. Multiple lanes are blocked, causing bumper-to-bumper traffic on I-4 eastbound at South Street. Traffic is backed up from John Young Parkway. Watch out for an accident on Semorin Boulevard eastbound at Palm Springs Drive. If you see traffic troubles, call the Valvoline Instant Oil Change traffic tip line at 866-676-8477. From the Traffic Center, I'm James Birmingham.
This report is sponsored by Volt Home. Imagine a future where your home is powered by the sun. With Volt Home, a Sonova dealer, that future is within reach. Whether it's solar panels or battery backup, they're here to help you reduce your energy costs. For more info, dial pound 250 on your cell and say keyword Volt Home. You'll have the option to receive a one-time automated text message from iHeart Media.
This earful of Real Radio is sponsored by Shipley Donuts. Now open on South Cimarron Boulevard.
Mom, meet Sarah.
From first-time Nana moments.
Welcome to Flight 101.
To annual girls trip moments. Your can't-miss moments are worth protecting against RSV. If you're 75 or older or 60 plus with a chronic condition like asthma, COPD, heart disease, or severe diabetes, you're at higher risk of landing in the hospital from RSV. And there are no prescription RSV treatments. Check eligibility and schedule your RSV vaccine at vaxassist.com.
So where should we go next?
Sponsored by Pfizer.
Mommy, want to play a game with me and Dad?
Mommy's not feeling good.
You need to vaporize that cold.
Vaporize?
Yeah, with DayQuil VapoCool. It's DayQuil plus a rush of Vicks vapors.
Whoa.
Come on, honey. Let's let mommy rest.
You guys are amazing. And so is DayQuil VapoCool.
DayQuil VapoCool, the vaporizing daytime coughing, aching, fever, power through your day medicine. And to vaporize sore throat pain, try Vicks VapoCool drops. Use as directed. Keep out of reach of children.
As storm season heats up, your Better Business Bureau reminds you to make a list now of trusted professionals. If you need help after a hurricane, who will you trust? Protect your home and family by choosing licensed, reputable professionals. Turn to bbb.org to find a better business.
Millions of people are losing weight on semaglutide, the main ingredient in Ozempic. Are you ready to join the weight loss revolution? At Red Mountain Weight Loss, we can help with high-quality, FDA-approved medications and the support of our licensed medical team. The doctors at Red Mountain have been at the forefront of medical weight loss for over 25 years. We offer meal plans to speed your progress and medical solutions for side effects or muscle loss, all for less than half the price of Ozempic. Trust your weight loss journey to a medical practice, not an online pharmacy. At Red Mountain Weight Loss, we offer quality semaglutide, medical supervision, and ongoing support, all for less than half the price of Ozempic. Go to redmountainweightloss.com or hit pound 250 on your phone, keyword Red Mountain Weight Loss. Full-strength semaglutide in stock and ready to ship today. Hey, it's that mortgage guy, Don. Good news, commercial and SBA loan rates are falling too. Get a quote to refinance your business loan today at thatmortgageguyDon.com.
Hey, Russ Rollins here for Life Imaging FLA. Do you have people that you love? If you do, have them go to Life Imaging FLA and get that heart scan. It's possibly a free heart scan, and early detection of heart disease and cancer, that's a game changer in terms of treatment and outcome. You know, I'm dealing with my sister right now who has stage 4 cancer, and she tells everybody she wishes she would have gone and had a scan earlier and found out she had cancer at, stage 1. It's a much easier fight. If you have someone in your family that you love, get them over to Life Imaging FLA. You pick up your cell phone, you dial pound 250, say the words free heart heart scan. There's a few minimum requirements. It's a $699 value that is definitely worth it. Pick up your cell phone, dial pound 250, say the words free heart scan. You'll be connected in seconds. You'll have the option to receive a one-time auto dial text message from iHeart Media. If there's someone that you love in your family, have them go to Life Imaging FLA, get that heart scan, get the cancer screening, and make sure you tell them Russ and the Monster sent you.
Victim of a slip and fall? It takes one phone call to take back control of your life. Anajar and Levine will fight to get you the compensation you deserve. Call me, Mark Anajar, for a free consultation. 1-800-747-FREE. That's 1-800-747-3733.
In office, Orlando.
Guys, here in Central Florida, it is so important your air conditioner works perfectly every time. That's why I suggest a call to our friends at Mills Air. In business since 1992, that's 30 years of experience in keeping Central Florida nice and cool. And their techs are awesome. They can service any brand out there. Don't worry about what kind of AC you have. And Mills Air is a Carrier factory authorized dealer, which means up to $1,275 in rebates towards a brand new Carrier unit. You can always turn to the experts at Carrier, and you can always turn to family owned and operated Mills Air. Call today and schedule your appointment. 407-277-1159. Online, millsair.com.
New South Window Solutions. Made in Florida for Florida homes by Florida workers. Visit newsouthwindow.com.
Broadcasting live from the injury law firm of Kaufman and Lind Studios. Why Kaufman and Lind? Because your case matters. Contact them at whenyouneedus.com or dial pound 546 on your cell phone. This is WTKS FM HD1 Cocoa Beach, Orlando. Listen on your free iHeart Radio app for all your music, radio, and podcasts. The game of magnets, taking over the world one terrible person at a time.
Be anonymous. Put that right up on top of the email. Otherwise, I will just clumsily run right into it and say your name. I don't want to do that. tips@thenewsjunkie.com. And John emails. He wants to settle a debate or a score. I see this all the time. I saw this many times this weekend. People posting this on social media, and everybody who posted is pissed off.
Instagram, Twitter.
So, Moses, settle this once and for all with us if you can, okay? Hang on, let me turn your microphone on. There you are. John says, people who have moved to Florida need to know that they do not need to drive with their hazard lights on while it's raining. There is no law in Florida which requires you to do so, and it's not customary to do so here either. Also, if you're driving in the rain and you are in the far left of the 3 lanes of traffic, you're driving at half the speed as the other 2 lanes, you need to move over to one of the lanes to the right. He says, please remind everyone just prior to and after every commercial break on your show, from this point until your last show ever. He's very, very, very upset. I myself will continue to use my birthday wishes to rob the eyesight of the children of the hazard light drivers. Peace and love, says John. Every time it rains and people put on the hazard lights, there are the anti-hazard light people who I think are correct in saying that you're not legally required to put your hazard lights on in the rain.
There was never an argument over whether it was a legal requirement to put your hazard lights on. It used to be illegal to do so.
Right. Mm-hmm.
And then they
now
legalized it because they're stupid.
Have you also been in rain that you cannot see anything in front of you and the hazard lights are the only indication that there's a car in front of you?
Yeah, but I think the problem is with the hazard lights on, it's less confusing if you just have brake lights. Like your brake lights light up and then you know the person in front of you is stopping.
But then the brake lights light up as soon as you're about to run into the back of them.
People get mad about it. People get really upset.
If I can't see in front of... no, granted, there are people who, as soon as it starts raining just a little bit, hazard lights are on. I can see that doesn't make any sense to me and would probably... I don't know if it'd get to the point of making me mad. I would just
I recommend driving with your hazard lights on all the time.
Just leave them on 24/7.
Yeah.
Just to really
And
irritate
high
this
beams.
person. Oh, yeah, absolutely. You got to have the high beams.
All right. So, yeah, I'm seeing, it looks like you're right. In 2022, 2023, they made it legal, or 2021 maybe, they made it legal to use your hazard lights in the lane.
Field day.
Yeah.
You were very upset or whatever.
I remember, but it seems like this continues to come up all the time, and nobody seems to know what's going on. There are these weird legal tropes that stick with us. When I was little, I remember everybody would talk about, and I don't even know what the answer is on this, driving barefoot.
Yeah, I heard that was technically illegal at one point on the statutes. I don't know if it's still there or not.
I was told that Florida was the only state where driving barefoot was legal.
Well, let's look it up.
Yeah, we got to look this up because that's one of the ones just like this where it sticks with you from when you're young and you just assume. Like everybody used to think that it would be entrapment if a police officer was hiding behind a bush and then they caught you speeding. And I swear everybody I knew would go, well, they can't do that. That's entrapment. That's illegal. Everybody thought they were right, and everybody was wrong about that.
I think the biggest legal trope of them all is police being undercover and be like, "Are you a cop? You have to tell me if you're a cop."
Yeah,
people believe that one all the time.
Yeah, it's in movies, it's in television shows.
I thought everybody knew that wasn't real, and I've talked to some very intelligent people who absolutely believe that.
Yeah, it just gets burned into your brain from a young age, and then you believe it like it's true. Did you find anything on the...
This says that there are no laws in the books in any of the 50 states of the U.S. that prohibit you from driving without footwear.
Hell yeah. Barefoot driving it is. Let's do this. Okay, let's go over to the true thing that we need to talk about here for just a moment. And that true thing is that it's going down on Thursday, September 5th at the Funny Bone. The Funny Bone is going to be the venue for the Just Call Mo Comedy Jam.
Yeah.
How many of these have there been now? Is this 3?
This is 3.5.
3.5? What's the 0.5?
The first year was online.
Oh, that's right. Yeah. Oh, God. Those
that
were
was
dark
much
times.
funnier then.
Yeah, there was the first one where you had Michael Rappaport.
Hey, we don't mention his name.
Every time I see that guy, I'm mad.
I do when I'm
still
like...
very angry at him.
I opened for Michael Rappaport.
Every time I see that, I go, that son of a bitch is a thief. He took money, and then instead of doing a stand-up bit for the first Just Call Mo comedy
jam, Q&A section.
He did a Q&A where he was just like ranting about baseball.
What's your favorite sandwich?
I also did a short film, but where you...
Yeah, you put a lot of work in yours. Yeah, yours was good.
Yeah, yours was good.
Turns out I could have just done a Q&A.
Oh, he just like and didn't he take forever to send in what you paid him for?
He almost shut down the entire thing because he was supposed to have it to us at a certain time because we had to get everything in the system to get it by a certain point because it had to load in order to broadcast at the time we're supposed to broadcast it.
Yeah.
And he got us to us at the very last minute to where we didn't know if we were going to make the deadline. We were watching the
Michael
upload thing to see if it would actually upload in time.
Hey, like, what's he doing that he's busy, that he can't record this thing that he's getting paid for?
And he asked for extra money to have a second person in it because he wanted to have like back and forth comedy. There was no second person. We paid him the extra money.
There was no comedy.
There was no comedy.
It wasn't
you paid
funny.
him the extra, no one was there?
No, nobody was there. It was just him. Don't you remember? It was him at his like a chair in front of the webcam.
Yeah.
And he goes, I'm just going to go through some of these questions we got here. And he's answering the questions.
That was a good Michael Rappaport impression, John.
Who's your favorite baseball team? And so he'd go off and answer the stupid question.
Who's this guy over here?
It was so dumb. You suck, Michael Rappaport. I'm sorry.
And he didn't even stand up.
No.
He wasn't even standing.
It was a stand-up bit, and he was sitting down the whole time.
Anyways, this year's
big. This year's big. And
so much stand-up.
The Just Call Mo Comedy Jam. You can get the final tickets.
Yeah, so less than 50. At last check on Friday, there was less than 50 tickets. So if you want to get them now because they're going to sell out probably today.
Yeah, I think those are going to go. And if you want something fun to do this week, it's Thursday night at 7 p.m., and you can kick into an early weekend hanging out at the Funny Bone, formerly the Orlando Improv. And the Funny Bone, nice place, good little setup.
Great place for comedy.
Have a couple of drinks, have a bite to eat, and watch a bunch of funny comedians. Sabrina will be there. Obviously, if you listen to this show, you know Sabrina. It'll be fun to see her live. Go out there just for that alone.
Yeah.
And
Sean will be doing a 5-minute set.
And while I'm not doing that 5-minute set, all of the money being raised is going to a great cause.
Yep, the Yellow Brick Road Foundation. So every dollar raised goes directly to them. Great local charity that helps kids with congenital heart defects.
You pick good charities.
We like to do local charities and kind of grassroots charities that are kind of in the community and helping people.
Because Yellow Brick Road is a very good charity, and so is, what was the one for the bowling tournament?
Rosie's Adventure.
What a sweet lady that she is. That whole organization is doing fantastic
that
things.
video made Courtney cry.
Oh, my God. Forrest was like hitting the gas on trying to get tears out of people on that. Very well done.
Just wait for the video on Thursday.
Oh,
really?
God. Right before my set, isn't it?
Oh, yes.
We're going to stop down for just a moment to watch something here. All right. The Funny Bone is where it's at.
MoComedyJam.com for tickets.
MoComedyJam.com. David Jolly will be performing. You might know him from Kill Tony.
Yep.
Donald Evans will be performing there. Sabrina Ambra, as I said. Ryan Holmes. Austin Kleeman. Rue Nafasat, I think I'm saying that correctly.
Close enough.
And many more comedians doing a great job. And our friend Ross McCoy, who you might know from Tom and Dan, he'll be hosting the whole thing. Ross is a very funny guy, very good at the hosting gigs too. So I would suggest you go to this. It's going to be super fun, and it'll give you something exciting, fun, and different to do this week.
Ross, I'm probably going to be running late, so save Jeweler Hitler for later on in the festivities, please.
It's a good ruin. MoComedyJam.com. MoComedyJam.com is where you can get those tickets. And like Mo said, there's only a handful of them left. So now make your move. BDMP says, Sean, what charities suck? Just asking. Lots of them. Oh, God.
Yeah, that could be a whole hour discussion right there.
Locks of Love, unless they got their S together, they were like a charity that everybody knew about. Everybody thought it was so good, and they weren't doing anything. The other one was
some of these charities, they pay the CEO like $10 million and stuff like that.
Yeah, it's money is wasted. I don't know if they still do this anymore, so grain of salt this. But one example would be Susan G. Komen, which you would think, okay, they're trying to get a cure for cancer. That sounds good. But they spent a lot of time, effort, and money suing any other charity that used the For the Cure line in any of their like promotional stuff. There's a lot of not so good charities out there. This is definitely a good one, the Yellow Brick Road. So support them and go see a bunch of funny people with a great event. Go to MoComedyJam.com and snag those tickets right now. You're doing that, and you're like turning around and going to Italy, huh?
That's right.
Oh, God. And then...
Will you be doing your whole set in that accent?
Yes, I will.
Please do. Come out like that.
I think it's going to be a great stress reliever to do the Mo Comedy Jam. Because right now, in the next 72 hours is what I'm going to be full stress, making sure I'm packed, the house is okay, fur babies are left all right. And then I get to have a fun time and go to Italy the next day and like enjoy myself. I'm going to get there 2 to 3 hours earlier so I can get into the Sky Lounge that I'm going to be swimming in debt for, kind of.
I've never been to one of those. Is that because you got a good seat on the flight? Oh, it's because the credit card you used? Nice.
We almost did the day pass to one of those once.
Wait, how much does that cost?
They differ depending on the Sky Lounge, and then we were going to do it, and then we're like, let's just get a meal at like one of the airport restaurants, and we ended up spending as much as we would have if we just got the stupid day pass. We should have done that.
Gotcha.
Yeah, a lot of time the food in the Sky Lounges isn't that great anyway.
It's not. It's just like
okay.
It's okay.
Like a spread that they've left out for everybody.
I know it's better than others.
I want to feel exclusive and VIP in my Sky Lounge. It sounds nicer. It's like first class.
In my Sky Lounge.
It's a better experience. Shut up. Let's get into a couple of emails real quick. Tipsofthenewsjunkie.com. And Rap the Beat says,
excuse me?
If the teachers are allowed to voice their political opinions, shouldn't the students be allowed to voice their opinions as well? He's talking about the story about Let's Go Brandon t-shirts being banned by this federal judge, or the judge upholding the school's dress code that suggested they couldn't wear that. I have such a radical take on this, I guess, apparently. I am the person who thinks that teachers, if they're not in a class where they're focused on politics, shouldn't be bringing up anything political. They should be teaching the kids whatever is on the lesson plan, and that lesson plan should directly reflect whatever the course is. History, all of those things. But we have teachers who want to veer all over the place, and then like you got a math teacher talking about politics. You got a science teacher talking about race. I want the kids to learn. There's a major problem in this country, not with kids not being able to voice their political opinions, but with kids in school not being able to read. That's the bigger issue. That's the issue that has an impact on way more people. I find that to be the most important thing. Maybe you disagree. Send us a dispatch. Go to thenewsjunkie.com and fire yours off right now. When we come back, we'll get into a couple of those that are being shot in our general direction, and we'll get into that HOA story that I mentioned. That is coming up next on the News Junkie.
Real Radio is on X at Real Radio 1041. Sponsored by the law offices of Anajar and Levine Accident Attorneys. Have you been in an accident? Call the law offices of Anajar and Levine at 1-800-747-FREE.
That's 1-800-747-3733.
From the Clausman Law Traffic Center, car crash, call Clausman Law. ClausmanLaw.com.
Watch out for an accident affecting eastbound and westbound lanes on Colonial Drive at McGuire Boulevard. There's an accident on I-4 eastbound at South Street, blocking multiple lanes, and traffic is backed up from John Young Parkway there. There's an accident on Summerlin Boulevard eastbound at Palm Springs Drive, causing a bit of commotion. If you see traffic troubles, call the Valvoline Instant Oil Change Traffic Tip Line at 866-676-8477. From the Traffic Center, I'm James Birmingham.
This report is sponsored by BJ's Wholesale Club. BJ's Wholesale Club is opening soon in Palm Coast. At BJ's, members get up to 25% off grocery store prices every day. Visit bjs.com/Palm Coast or the membership center in the Airport Commons Shopping Center to join today.
This hour of Real Radio 104.1, sponsored by FloridaJobsNow.com, coming Wednesday, September 18th.
Men, if you're suffering from erectile dysfunction or PE, Premier Men's Medical Center will get your sex life back in just one visit. Their painless, breakthrough medical treatments eliminate ED and PE. Here's a specialist in men's health.
I'm Dr. Simovitz. Have Viagra or Cialis let you down? Premier Men's Medical Center offers the most effective treatments that eliminate ED and PE, with men lasting longer than ever. 98% of patients see instant results on their first visit.
Premier Men's Medical Center's breakthrough treatments will restore your sex life regardless of age or medical history. Your consultation and first treatment are free. Plus, you'll see instant results in the office. Plus, qualified patients will have their testosterone checked free. Call 407-337-5569. 407-337-5569. To regain your sex life in just one visit, call now. 407-337-5569.
Hey, if you're listening to me right now, I have one thing every business needs most: attention. Think about it. We swipe and scroll past stuff all day. But when we're driving, cooking, and working out, we're also listening. That's the magic of audio at iHeart. We're in your next customer's ears while they're living life and listening, just like you are right now. So get your customers to listen up today using radio, digital, and podcasts. Visit iHeartAdvertising.com. That's iHeartAdvertising.com.
With over 100 million albums sold, 20 #1 hits, and 10 #1 albums, an evening of icons, an unforgettable night of classic hits. With the Commodores and Pointer Sisters. With special guests, the Spinners. November 14th, inside Hard Rock Event Center at Seminole Hard Rock, Tampa. Get tickets now at casino.hardrock.com/Tampa or Ticketmaster.com. Seminole Hard Rock, Tampa.
We talk a lot about the diamonds at International Diamond Center, but did you know that over half of our showroom is dedicated to fashion jewelry, earrings, bracelets, bands, pendants, rings?
A woman comes in, it might not be her statement piece that she wears every day, but for a night out with friends, she wants to find that piece that truly shows her character and her taste.
IDC's Ryan McMahon says he loves seeing women come in and treat themselves.
And they deserve it. Every lady should have multiple pieces of jewelry that make her feel confident and happy when she wears it.
Colored gemstones, mixed metal styles, stackable pieces, bold looks, IDC has it all from the world's premier designers.
Our fashion pieces, they don't just sit stagnant. They're constantly changing out. We always have our thumb on the pulse of the industry. When you come into one of our stores, you see all of the latest looks that you'll see on any TV program, magazine, you name it.
Find the perfect piece of jewelry for any occasion or no occasion at all at International Diamond Center. 4 Orlando locations.
Oh no, stomach issues again?
Stomach issues?
Who are you?
Your pancreas. I could be the real reason for your diarrhea, gas, bloating, stomach pain, or loose oily stools.
I thought it was my stomach.
People often do, but any of these symptoms could mean having a condition called exocrine pancreatic insufficiency, or EPI. With EPI, the pancreas doesn't release enough enzymes to break down food, but EPI is manageable. Use the symptom checker on identifyepi.com and speak with your doctor. That's identifyepi.com. Sponsored by AbbVie.
Kathleen Madigan, the Day Drinking Tour.
I am
I'm a fan of the millennials because they're the first generation that has realized that if you live with your parents long enough, eventually they'll be glad you're there. Yes. When your parents are 85 and they see you in the kitchen, they'll be like, hey, can you drive at night?
Friday, April 11th, Hard Rock Live Orlando. Tickets on sale Friday, September 6th at 10 a.m. at Ticketmaster and Hard Rock Live box office.
Hey everybody, this is Josh and Chuck from the Stuff You Should Know podcast. And if you've ever wanted to know about champagne, Satanism, the Stonewall Uprising...
Oh, how about chaos theory, El Nino, LSD, little true crime sprinkled in, or maybe something historical like Rosa Parks?
Yeah, if you want any of that or anything else you can think of, then look no further. We have you covered.
That's right. Listen to the Stuff You Should Know podcast on America's #1 podcast network, iHeart. Open your free iHeart app and search Stuff You Should Know and start listening.
It's happening at pharmacies all across America. Older Americans keep asking, where are the lower prices on prescription drugs Joe Biden and Kamala Harris keep taking credit for? First, Harris cast the deciding vote for the Inflation Reduction Act, promising to lower drug prices. Then the Biden-Harris administration used the money from Medicare to bankroll their liberal green agenda. That's right. Instead of savings, seniors got a 20% premium increase, restrictions on access to medicine, and fewer cures. Now, liberals want to expand this Biden-Harris scheme that is already hurting seniors. Thankfully, Senator Rick Scott has always fought to protect Medicare drug coverage. Call him at 202-224-3121. Urge him to keep fighting for affordable drug coverage by opposing S 1246. Paid for by Seniors for Better Care.
When you're injured on the job, you need more than just a workers' comp lawyer. When you need a fighter, you need us. Morgan & Morgan, America's largest injury law firm. For the people. Visit forthepeople.com for an office near you.
Kickoff is almost here, and iHeart is the official home of the NFL Podcast Network, featuring podcasts like NFL Daily with Greg Rosenthal.
Packing it with so much goodness. Chock full of info.
And tons of fantasy football podcasts with expert advice for you to win your fantasy league. It's the best part of the season. Your team is undefeated and anything is possible. Take the iHeartRadio app and the NFL with you right in your pocket. Open the free iHeart app, search NFL, and start listening now.
Look to Orange Buick GMC for your next truck at orangebuickgmc.com. We are professional grade.
Real Radio 104.1.
Filling you in on the shocking details. Just try not to pass out.
We will get some of these in before we wrap up the show. Don't forget, you can always learn more about the News Junkie radio show over on the website. Find it at thenewsjunkie.com. Is this weird? Brad Pitt, 60 years old. He's at that film festival this weekend with his new girlfriend, and she is De Ramon. What's her full first name? I'm trying to find out. Oh, Inez De Ramon. He's 60. She's 34. 26 years. 26 years is the age gap between the two of them.
I mean, she's an adult.
Yeah, I mean, obviously,
it'd be like me dating a 60-year-old.
Yeah. Could you imagine that?
No.
It'd be pretty
But
weird.
then again, is it Brad Pitt? Because he looks great for 60.
He's going to break all the rules. He does really look good for 60 years old.
I saw those pictures, and it's also, he looks startled because it almost seems like they're in a roller coaster. And then I was startled in how great he still looks at 60.
Yeah.
But would it be different if it said Brad Pitt is 52 and she's 21?
That's a big gap.
Like, I feel like I'm mature enough at 34 years old to date a 60-year-old.
Yeah, once you're in your 30s, I think the maturity thing is going to be totally different. But if somebody's 21 and you're 60, that's just not going to work out.
I sometimes feel like I'm with a 60-year-old already. She goes to bed early. She took up knitting at one point.
Yeah, things got weird during the pandemic, though. Everybody picked up.
No, this is like last year.
Was it really? The interesting thing that's been happening, I guess, was you had Brad Pitt to promote his movie, which I guess is called Wolves, which I don't like that at all. That's making me uncomfortable. Just wolves,
not wolves.
Yeah,
I saw the trailer for it. It looks awesome.
It's Wolves, and it's with George Clooney. So the two of them are kind of together. But Angelina Jolie has a movie that also premiered at the same festival. And there was a whole article about how they've had to kind of orchestrate this thing so that their paths never, ever cross.
Because they're in an ongoing lawsuit.
They hate each other. They are not friendly with each other. Constantly firing shots back and forth at one another and allegations all over the place. But they made it so her film premiered on one day and they waited for his like 2 days later. And they made sure even like the island where you land to get to this film festival, they made sure that their planes wouldn't be there at the same time.
Dang.
That's a lot of logistics.
Yeah, they had to really go all out with the logistics to make sure those two did not cross paths, because who knows what would have happened. Could have been some sort of fight or something. But Angelina Jolie and Brad Pitt, both with new movies. That has to be the first movie from Angelina Jolie in quite some time. I don't remember one as of late that she's been in. She was in that
either.
Like long string of movies, Girl Interrupted, and all of the films that she's been in. Oh, she was
Maleficent.
Yes, I was just going to say.
That was 10 years ago now.
God, it's been a while. I don't know if that was the last one, but it seems like it to me. Okay, before we hear your words, your dispatches, a man has been fined by a homeowners association. Mo, we're not huge on homeowners associations around here.
Yeah, they're stupid.
It seems like they tend to be on the bad side of news. I don't know how C-Lane feels about it. I'm not a fan of them.
So since the move, my HOA fee has gone down. I don't know if that means... I don't know what it means, because I don't think this HOA has like a website.
Really?
How convenient. What do you pay your fees with?
I don't actually know. I was like, I don't even know what they do. Or I wouldn't even know how to. I think we had to contact them to get approval for a fence.
Is the HOA fee, is it in the hundreds or the thousands or
per month?
What? Yeah.
No.
It's not even in the hundreds?
No.
Oh, that's not so bad.
No, it's $20 a month.
Oh, that's
But what
fantastic.
does it go towards then?
I have no clue. I mean, general upkeep of the neighborhood, I would guess. No
pool. No, there's something that you're getting
Go
out
to
of
the
that.
president's pockets.
But if I was going to have an HOA, I wouldn't want that at all. But if I was going to have it, it was only $20. Bigger problems out there, I guess. Because we have an issue going on with people right now who are buying homes. Can't see ever doing this. And when they buy the home, over a long period of time, generally, the homeowners association fee creeps up.
Yep.
And, of course, insurance gets more and more expensive. And all the other fees, the taxes that you have to pay. And it doesn't let you ever get to the point where you've paid off your house and you're cruising. You can't get there anymore. Because there was a place, I'll give you an example. Right downtown by Lake Eola, if you're here locally, there was a high rise down there that I looked at once, and some of the decent units in there, 2 bedrooms, were around $600,000 or $700,000 at the time, I think. And when I looked at this, I said, "What if you paid that off? What would you have to pay every month?" And I think the HOA fees at this place, or the condo association fees, were $1,500 or $1,600 a month. So if you paid everything off, you'd still have to pay the building.
Insane, man.
What amounts to kind of a rent for the rest of your life.
And then you do something that they fine you for? How much are those fines?
Oh, they get you.
They can stack them up.
Yeah, they get you with whatever they possibly can, because they want revenue, unlimited revenue coming in forever. And what are you going to do other than sell the house?
Right.
And the person you're going to be buying it from has to then, factor in that they're going to be paying. Oh, it sucks.
And a lot of people who have properties on the coast, condos on the coast, have been facing that because of the new insurance regulations and the maintenance they have to do. The condo fees have gone up quite a bit.
Yeah.
Which then in turn somewhat devalues the property.
It does,
because when somebody goes to get approved for a mortgage, they're factoring that in as far as how much can they afford each month to pay.
Yeah, because it's coming out of the same bank account.
Same pool.
That's the thing that really sucks for a lot of people. This is in Goodyear, Arizona.
I love their blimps.
One Goodyear man is facing hundreds of dollars in fines for leaving a cooler outside his home that provides free water to the neighborhood. It's ridiculous. Point blank, absolutely ridiculous, says David Martin, who's been giving away the water for 4 years. He said, I've done it for 4 years, and I'm not going to stop. There's been a cooler in front of his house, and now he's being fined for it.
That's so nice of him. Come on.
He says he's doing it because it's hot outside. You got people going by, young kids, workers out there, and he doesn't mind putting out a cooler with these bottles. And they said 2 years later, the HOA gave him a warning after he started doing this. And he called them expressing his frustration with the notice. Then he got an apology letter. At that point, I thought it was done and over with, and we wouldn't have any problems ever again. Now he's getting a $100 fine every single month that he leaves out free water bottles in a cooler in front of his house. What are we looking at here legally, Moses? Is this?
I'm curious what provision of the HOA rules and regulations what is he violating?
Mm-hmm.
Is he not allowed to leave a cooler on his front porch?
Because he's not selling it.
He's not selling it. So there's got to be some provision they claim he's in violation of. I'd be curious what that is and how accurate it is that he's violating it. Because I've seen these HOAs before. They kind of take some liberty as far as, what's in their documents and what they accuse you of. And sometimes if you actually look at it, that rule isn't in the documents. So I'd be curious to see what the rules actually are here that don't allow him to put a cooler of water on his front porch.
Here's what their statement is on this, Mo. It says, the association does not object to a resident providing free water bottles to the community. However, the community's rules do not allow a resident to advertise water bottle distribution from a portable ice chest located next to
in the
their
provisions. How convenient.
That's so specific.
Yeah, that seems like a stretch.
From a guy named David. It seems really like it's very targeted, this rule. I said located next to the garage that is visible from the neighboring property. So we'll see what happens with old David here. Let's bring you up and work in a few
make
dispatches.
A sprinkler that looks like a water fountain, or the other way around.
It seems so petty.
It
is.
Like
the homeowners association in so many of these circumstances could just shut up and not go after somebody who's in their community. I would imagine if you polled people in the community, no one actually cares about it.
No, it's usually one or two people who
are just annoying.
Yeah.
Oh, God. They ruin all the neighborhoods. Let's go over to Flip.
They have to do it. They have to enforce this guy's one because the next person's will be more egregious somehow. And they're like, but you let water guy give out his waters.
Yeah. Did you read the rules for your HOA?
No.
Oh, my God. That's part of the problem, C-Lane. Now you don't know when you're violating the HOA rules or not.
I might be violating right now.
You could be. Even talking about them might be in violation.
Might be violating by not talking about them in public.
I'm excited to see what happens.
Could be a rule that says I never leave my house. I violated that one all weekend.
You are just moving into this place. You don't need to be screwing things up for yourself yet.
Well, if they had a website, I could read the rules.
Let's go over to Flip with a dispatch.
Trying to shorten this up the best possible, but apparently I'm so damn long-winded, it's impossible. But anyways, for those of you that ride around with your hazard lights on, I agree with John the emailer that you're an idiot. But the main reason for me is because I drive for a living, and the majority of cars that are out there made in America, or even ones that aren't, they use the same relay to illuminate your hazards as the brake lights. So when you activate your hazards while your car is in motion,
your brake lights
no
don't
longer
work?
have brake lights. The only brake light that will illuminate when you stop is your third high-level brake light in the center of your rear window.
I don't even know if that's true, but testing it seems like a bad idea. Just getting out on the roads and turning on my hazards and then hitting the brake lights. I guess that makes sense.
You have to get out on the road? You could just do it in your driveway.
I guess so.
Let them get out on the road too.
I got to try it in practice.
It'll be a big adventure for the day.
Yeah, maybe. All right, we're going to take a quick break. When we come back, we'll hit the final dispatches up. We'll do, of course, the stories that didn't make the cut. And today I learned to wrap everything up for a Tuesday. That is coming up next on the News Junkie.
Real Radio is the Jim Colbert Show.
Today on The Big Show, we'll get Jack's review of the Little League World Series parade. We'll do What'd You Do That's New at 4 o'clock, a special edition of Sports at 420 with our buddy Brandon Kravitz, and It's Only Money with Scott Brown from Edgewater Family Wealth. Plus, a great prize for trivia and your calls, text, and talkbacks.
The Jim Colbert Show, today at 3 on Real Radio 104.1.
This weather report is brought to you by Mills Air.
I'm
Fox 35 Storm Team meteorologist Jessica Dobson with a check of your Tuesday forecast. And for the rest of today, we'll be expecting the return of some scattered showers and thunderstorms. About a 60% chance, so not everyone will see the rain, but those who do can expect some slow-moving downpours that will bring with it some heavy rain and also frequent lightning. Temperatures also will be on the hotter side, a high of 92 degrees, though feeling closer to around 105 once we factor in our humidity. From the Fox 35 Storm Team, I'm meteorologist Jessica Dobson.
This report is sponsored by Safe Touch Security.
You see any Safe Touch security signs anywhere?
Nope. Coast is clear, boss.
Good, because we gotta stick to the Crooks Rust Golden Rule. Stay away from Safe Touch houses
and businesses.
All right, MacGyver, let's go. Call 888-723-8682 or go to safetouch.com. State licensee of 2000-1945.
Hey Orlando, get ready for your real estate journey with Nickley's Believe It or Not. Did you know the Nicki Group sells the most homes in Central Florida? They actually sell one every 9.7 hours. The Nicki Group sells homes twice as fast and for 6% more on average. Yeah, that's approximately $25,000 more for your home. Why? Because the Nicki Group with Keller Williams Realty does real estate differently. Don't believe me? Google them. They have over 3,000 five-star reviews. Get your own dedicated team of local experts and experience the difference. For a guaranteed cash offer on your home today, call the Nicki Group. Visit thenicklygroup.com.
When you call me for an injury case, you don't pay a dime unless we win. The call and the advice are always free. Injured on the go, just call Mo. 866-CALL-MO. Mo DeWitt, Orlando's injury attorneys.
The number one cause of accidents is distracted driving, like cell phones, eating, and playing with the radio. So leave it right here on Real Radio. Injured on the go? Just call Mo.com. Mo DeWitt, Orlando's injury attorney.
Hey, Russ Rollins here for Life Imaging FLA. You know, I'm so glad we met them. Since we met them over a year ago, there have been so many listeners that have gone to get their free heart scan and found out they had blockage, and it saved their lives. Also, we found people who found out they had cancer early, and early detection is the key when it comes to cancer and heart disease. They know that at Life Imaging FLA, and you don't have to have a symptom to go get a scan. Get a scan when you can. That's what my sister's telling everybody, because early detection is a game changer when it comes to heart disease and cancer. So pick up your cell phone, dial pound 250 and say the words free heart scan. There's a few minimum requirements, but this is a $699 value that is definitely worth it. When you pick up your cell phone, dial pound 250, say the words free heart scan, you'll be connected in seconds, and you'll have the option to receive a one-time auto dial text message from iHeart Media. It's Life Imaging FLA. You'll probably talk to Judy when you go there. She's wonderful. Life Imaging FLA.
Zero Foxtrot isn't just a brand, it's a way of life. Founded and operated by veterans, Zero Foxtrot's unique apparel and gear echoes the grit of the warrior culture. Zero Foxtrot dedicates itself to producing content, honoring the sacrifices of forgotten heroes of the past, and connecting history to the present. Embark on a journey with Zero Foxtrot today at zerofoxtrot.com. It's not merely our products, it's about the ethos that we embody. Rugged, resilient, and timeless.
Don't miss our 2024 iHeartRadio Music Festival presented by Capital One.
Las Vegas, are you having a good time?
Friday and Saturday, September 20th and 21st. Streaming live only on Hulu. iHeartRadio, let's go! Get tickets now at AXS.com.
Frank Gay Services has something cool for you. Keep your AC running smoothly with our expert service. Experienced, professional, friendly, and speedy care that earned us thousands of 5-star reviews. That's the Frank Gay way. Visit FrankGayServices.com or call for details.
Get immersed in new worlds and ideas with Audible. Explore an incredible selection of audiobooks, podcasts, and originals, all in one easy app. There's more to imagine when you listen. Sign up for a free trial at audible.com.
If you're not confused, you are not paying attention. This
with us today and any other day that you give us your attention. That's why we get to do this around here. So thanks for being you and for hanging out with us here each day on the show. Final dispatches, stories that did make the cut. And today we're going to wrap everything up for a Tuesday. Feels kind of strange that it's a Tuesday already.
Yeah.
But here we are, launched into the week.
Busy week, too.
Yeah.
We got the Mo Comedy Jam.
That's right. It's on Thursday. Get those tickets while you can. MoComedyJam.com. Don't miss out on that.
It's your last week of being 37.
Oh, that's true. Yeah. You got, what are we, 8 days away from your birthday?
Yep.
You have big plans for your birthday this year?
I don't have any set plans.
All right.
He's going to have a party because I can't go. I know it. I just know it.
I'm going to have a party because you can't go?
Yes, throw the biggest rager you've ever
Housewarming
imagined.
/ party. HOA's invited. They actually give you money instead of charging fees.
We'll hire a band to perform out there.
Ceiling Palooza.
I will do what Phil Dunphy did and have someone just roll me around on an iPad and we'll be there the entire time.
Oh, that'd be great. Mo, thank you for hanging out with us
thanks
today.
for having me.
We appreciate you.
Moses.
Don't forget MoComedyJam.com. Thursday is the big show.
It'll be fun.
Yeah, it's gonna be good. You know what? Last time was it Tuffy's last time?
Yeah, it was Tuffy's last time.
I heard so many people talking about that afterwards, and they were upset. They're like, "Why aren't there more events like this? Why don't we have more events that we could do like this? Because there's not enough of those kind of things going on." It was like when we first started to go to dog shows with Lady. We bring her out to like not a dog show, but like an event, you know, like pups and pints or whatever. Like one of those things.
Dog-friendly events.
Yeah, once we would do one of those, we would go, why aren't there more of these? There's a jabillion people here. It's a super popular thing. Why aren't there way more? So people love this event, and they tend to have a really good time.
And the answer to the question is because Busdecker's lazy.
Is it?
Yeah.
Get on it,
Get on it. We need to be doing these all the time.
And he's on vacation again, this guy.
Unbelievable.
He's not even going to the show?
No, he'll be there. He better be there.
I just saw him this weekend posting some things.
I know, he's back now.
Where he was at like a family reunion, which I didn't even know they did those anymore. Like high school reunions seem to be completely obliterated now.
Mine is coming up in October. My 20-year reunion.
Wow.
And I'm going to miss it.
No.
Wow.
Because I'm going to be in Napa.
It's better to be there. You don't want to be at the reunion.
I would like to be at the reunion. I would have been interested in going.
I had a great time at my 10-year.
I had a good time at the parts of the 10-year that I was able to attend. I was busy for some of that weekend. They did like a 3 days worth of thing.
Damn,
Jesus.
festival.
Yeah, but for this one, I mean, I kind of wanted to go. One of our coworkers was in the same high school class as me, and I was talking to her about it, and she's like, I pretty much see all the people that I want to see from high school, and that's about it.
That's what I figured. People see everybody online. You see Instagram posts from your friends. You're keeping up with them. One thing I did see that was pretty cool recently, somebody had gone to their, I think it may have been 20th high school reunion, like C-Lane's talking about. And what they did was when everybody came in, they took a picture of them, and then they made a video where they first showed your yearbook photo, your senior year, and then they showed you at the 20th year reunion.
Right.
So you could see like everybody over all of these years. And I was like, that's kind of cool. But for the most part, those things are just dead. People just don't seem to go to them anymore. I know years ago, Sabrina had one, I think. And sometimes they even fall into disarray because the school's not planning them. People just kind of pop up and try to plan them themselves. All right, let's do these final dispatches. Yes, indeed, the final dispatches right here.
These are the final dispatches, but Sean will probably only play one.
We'll see. Here we go. We start off, I don't know if I've seen this username before, so this could be a genuine first dispatch. You're before with the dispatch for us about HOAs, I think, maybe?
Hey, what's up, guys? This is in regards to the HOA stuff. I am a process server for the court here in Florida, and I am serving an overwhelming amount of foreclosures and lis pendens, with the petitioner being HOAs, onto homeowners, unfortunately, even if they're current on their mortgage. In many cases in the area in which I work, they are able to foreclose on your house. So
how could that happen?
Wiggle, wibble.
Hold on. She said even if you're current on your mortgage?
Because you didn't pay your HOA fees.
Oh, just on the basis of the HOA fees?
The HOAs can foreclose on you for not paying your HOA fees.
Yeah, well, there's no wonder why people hate these organizations. That's a really, really bad
What would
look.
you have to do to, like, get rid of them? everyone in the community signs a petition?
Typically it requires 100% vote to dismantle the HOA. It depends on your documents. Some documents may allow for a 75% vote. But most of them that I've seen are 100%.
Well, you could never get to 100% because the people in the HOA are going to vote, right?
Bingo.
This seems like a really terrible
There's ways
plan.
around that.
And so
or if
every
they have
time,
no hands to sign it with.
Every time they go,
never mind.
The vote tally is in. 98% of you have voted to dismantle the HOA.
And Todd wants to keep his job.
And so I'm sorry, we're not going to be shutting it down. But we did have a democracy here. You were able to vote. Let's go over to Funny Name talking about school.
Hey guys, happy day.
Hey.
When it comes to political shirts and stuff in school, how about no politics at all unless you are teaching a class on politics, but then that stays in that classroom? And also, why is a kid wearing any political shirt in a high school level? You can't vote. So I don't understand that at all one bit. So yeah, focus on making kids be able to read and then worry about politics when they're out of school.
All right, thank you. That's going to be the last one. Actually, let's work in Bacardi 69 because they have a question for you, Mo.
I do have a question going back to when you guys were talking about the hazards and all that on the road. It's more probably a question for Moses DeWitt, but maybe I'm the only one that thinks this, but I feel like every 7 years we should go back and retake our driver's license, at least a written portion of it. I want to know your thoughts on that.
No. I think it's a terrible idea.
Don't give the government more power.
Also, I would probably fail. I think that I've forgotten.
You would forget. You would throw that document, like say, "Hey, your retest is coming up, Sean." You'd throw that away, and then you'd be driving on a suspended.
Get a copy of the written DMV test.
I've always wanted to do
that.
To do that on the show. That or the GED test.
It's been so long. There's no way I remember all of that stuff.
I mean, a lot of it was covered in the traffic school I went to over the holiday break.
Oh, that's true.
Why'd you go to that, Sabrina?
Because I got a ticket, Moses.
Was that the one where you were on the conference call?
I forgot about that.
That's an awkward one. It's a good reason to duck out of a conference call, though.
Man, that Bradshaw with the quickness on the screenshot, though.
Yeah, but I could also hear him say, leave it on, leave it on, leave it on. We want to see.
He forgot all about the meeting that he was holding with us and just completely went into, I want to see the interaction between Sabrina and this lovely police officer.
Turns
here.
out the once in a million years that a state trooper's on the express lanes was that day.
Mm-hmm. Oh,
They're
God.
not often there. But thank you for your service.
Sneaky.
Did you do the comedy one? Or just regular one? You did the comedy one?
I did the comedy one. Technically, I think I would have 2 free tickets to Mo Comedy Jam if I used them.
I'm not sure we're honoring those.
All right. Let's do these stories that didn't make the cut, brought to you by Cento Family Moving and Storage.
That's right. They're Central Florida's trusted source for local and long-distance moving services. And if you want them to, if you want the real low-stress move, they'll pack up all your stuff for you, move it, unload you. They are great. They are very experienced and very professional, and they will meet your needs anytime, anywhere. Get a quote today at centomoving.com, CENTO moving.com.
And I'm seeing here in the stories that didn't make the cut, people are starting to, in the erosion of this bit, I think, has arrived. I think that it's about done. The whole demure thing, because people are now naming their kids Demure.
No.
Somebody shared footage just moments after her daughter, Demure Rain is her name, was born.
I mean, it's a kind of a pretty name, though.
And now they said this video the video that started that was only 1 month ago, and you now already have babies named Demure.
But you know
if
what
you don't
kind
know
of
this.
sucks is that content creator did not get the trademark for it. Someone
I saw that
swooped in and got it.
What a dick move, man! Grab somebody else's phrase.
Can't you get that if you prove that you did it first?
Moses?
Maybe you'd have to fight that. Yeah,
you have to challenge it as part of the challenge period when they file for the trademark. It's the whole thing.
You'd have to show that you used it in commerce. I
Fight
think
to the
prior
death,
to them.
Yeah.
And Adele will take a long break after her residency wraps, friends.
No.
She says she's out of there. She will not see us for a very long time. And you're not going to see us for a very long time either because we're getting out of here.
Goodbye.
Let's do Today I Learned.
The following information may make you feel smarter, but will not actually increase your IQ.
Beautiful, Mo.
So don't get cocky. Now it's time for what we call Today I Learned.
It wasn't a lot of a song, but what we did get of the
Little
song.
vibrato.
Just a little teaser.
Yeah, it was
He's
nice.
going to do the whole song at Mo Comedy Jam this year.
Get your tickets now.
All right, MoComedyJam.com. Today I learned for a Tuesday, September 3rd, 2024. Today I learned on this television show.
Frasier.
Frasier, that's correct. The callers on Frasier. You know, he hosted a talk show while he was doing that. The callers that would call into his fake talk show were famous people.
You mean like a
including-
podcast?
Kinda, yeah. Christopher Reeve, Eddie Van Halen, Ben Stiller, Elijah Woods, Timothy Leary, Halle Berry, John McEnroe, and many more were the featured callers on that. Somebody came to fix the internet yesterday, and they were like, "Whoa, this room is amazing. This is really cool. You got a studio here."
Yeah, it's my
He goes, "What do you
studio."
do?" I said, "I do a radio show." And he goes, "Is that like a podcast?"
Oh,
God, man. Today I learned this guy right here. Coolio. That's right. Coolio, says everybody, and you're all right. Coolio was actually in his early 30s when he recorded Gangsta's Paradise.
I saw this yesterday. That was very surprising.
And its iconic line, "I'm 23 now, but will I see 24? The way things are going, I don't know." That was not how old he was at the time. And of course, now he's RIP. See you later, Coolio. See you later to you. We'll be back tomorrow, same time, the same place. Missed any of the show? Get the podcast at thenewsjunkie.com.